Welcome, everybody, one more time to another episode here on the Sitrep Podcast. I am joined today by Gaz and Rasmus. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
And we are taking a hard turn to starboard, as they might say. We're not doing moderns. We're not even doing World War II, World War I, anything like that. We're going all the way back to the Age of Piracy with a look at Letters of Marque. So first of all, welcome everybody to the stream. We've got Ralph, we got Piotr, we got Walkabout Games, Tuffy Ears, stay tuned. You're going to see something you might like in just a second. Sitrep Podcast, hello everybody. Because Science Teacher, we got a pretty good crowd today. So very happy to say that dumbass storm has passed us by, did not knock out our power. So that was the only thing I was even a little bit worried about, was that we would lose power when I was scheduled to stream. Tough to stream without electricity. But fortunately, the storm has passed us by, and we're now ready to do some Letters of Marque. Letters of Marque is a pirate game. It's not Letter of Marque, which is a card game you'll find on on Board Game Geek. And it's not Pirates of the Spanish Main, which was the old cardboard put together pirate ships game they used to sell at the counters of gaming stores back in like 2003, 2007, in that little area. This is a game created by, I'll look up the gentleman's name in just a second. It wasn't me. I did not create this game. Created to play with those ships. So that ship game was originally like a trading card game or a living card game. This guy made up his own hex-based tactical war game based on those little playing pieces, and published it himself. And we gave it a playtest last night, and it actually worked out pretty well. So we're going to try it again here today. This is also, of course, in response to our recent Facebook poll, where the people have spoken, and they want to see some pirate content here on Sitrep Podcast. So we've got a lot more pirate content, hobbies-related stuff, painting and things like that, coming. That's in the pipeline, and it's on the way, folks. It's not just going to be Oriskany and his dumbass hex games. We will have like hobby-related pirate content coming, but just to make sure that you guys know that we do pay attention to our polls and we do listen to our audience, and we do want to provide what their people are asking for, we're going to at least take a swing at some pirate content here with Letters of Marque. So, obviously, we're playing this remotely, given distance, given virus, so we have to do it here virtually. So here is our playing area for today. The usual Oriskany 20 by 30 hex grid, roughly. So because Science Teacher says, yeah, super easy and quick. Yeah, so because Science Teacher and I did a playtest of this, even though obviously we both live in the same house, we did it via Skype anyway because we wanted to give it a real test as far as how we would play it today, and it worked fine. So, no worries there. Although our battle was not quite this big. We kind of stepped up the size of the table a little bit. So that's cool. And we got two players, obviously. So Rasmus is playing the Pirates. And there you go. He has selected... Rasmus, why don't you tell us about the fleet that you selected?
Well, one frigate and 3 sloops, so one big ship to be the main pirate captains, or pirate admiral, if there were ever such a thing, and then 3 lieutenants.
You get to introduce yourself as Commodore Barbossa, the beginnings of your very own fleet. There will be many cheesy quotes today, everyone. Just get ready. All right, cool. Yeah, so we have, it's a 15-point game. The points for each ship are listed down here in the lower right-hand side. So 6 plus 3, 3 and 3 obviously makes 15. And that's going to be Rasmus's fleet for today. The sloops are Revenge, Murder, and Mayhem. And his flagship is the frigate, Lady of the Night. So that's pretty big for a pirate ship, but not unheard of. You did see some pretty big pirate ships. Also, just to make the quick historical note, this is the game that is based on Dennis Uglini, I think was his name, the guy who made this game. Just before anyone comes at me with, hey, frigates don't really belong in the Age of Piracy, that's technically true. There's going to be a frigate-like ship. Again, I'm using somebody else's game. He's basing it on the collectible card game from the early 2000s, and he's also basing it on Sid Meier's Pirates, the classic video game that everyone remembers. So that's the reason for this. If this game proves successful, and people actually kind of like it. Here on Sitrep Podcast, I might take a swing at it and try and put in some additional ship types, make it a little bit more historically precise. But for now, that's what we got here for the pirate fleet. Conversely, we have Gaz and his gang of sloops. Gaz, so why don't you tell us about your fleet you got going on over here, Gaz?
Yeah, so the larger ships are all engaged in other places with the French and the Spanish. A small team of fast vessels have come out to this Tuffy's harbour to scout out what is thought to be a bit of a pirate stronghold. Lo and behold, as we enter the oceans nearby, we find a rather large-looking frigate which we didn't know they had, and the sloops that we were expecting. So the good thing is we've got some numbers and we're pretty nimble. The question is, can we do any real damage to that beast that's the centre of that fleet?
Yeah, Lady of the Night is nothing to mess with. She's a big girl, let's put it that way. Now, just as a quick point of reference, here are the 6 types of ships that are available in this game. We have a galleon, we have a frigate, a merchantman, bark, sloop, and pinnace. They're in that order. So the frigate that Rasmus has is not the biggest ship available, but it's close. The war galleon we haven't tried yet, either in today's game or last night's game. But just looking at those numbers and looking at those hit boxes, that thing is a beast. 4 cannon points. Yeah, it's a monster. So yeah, that would be like your actual ship of the line, like your beginning levels of a ship of the line. Ships of the line in the Age of Piracy usually went from 1st to 6th rank. So 6th rank would be the smallest. I don't know if you would call that a rank 6 ship of the line. Probably not, but it's definitely up there. Again, if this game, I'm sorry,
it might even be a 5th rank. Because large frigates kind of intermingle with the 6th rank.
Yeah, the ship classification system I say system in air quotes, system is almost giving it too much credit. In Age of Piracy, or even more moving forward through the rest of the 18th century into the early 19th century, like Napoleonic naval combat is a little bizarre. It's a little confusing at times. But again, if this game proves successful here on Sitrep, we might start playing around with like making those war galleons like a little bit more accurate as far as the different levels of ships of the line. We'll probably ditch the whole war galleon in general and just say ship of the line, rank 6, rank 5, rank 4. I don't think we'll ever get up to like a full man of war or ship of the line 1st rank. That would just be way too powerful. That's like a 144 gun ship. That's just gigantic. Also, not usually in the Age of Piracy. That's the kind of stuff you see a little bit later in the.
And definitely not in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
or if you take a engagement between the Dutch and the English during the wars they held back in the around the English Channel.
Yeah. So at the moment we have supported for factions in general. Obviously British. And pirate, which we already have on the table. I also have stuff made up for the French, Dutch, and Spanish. But again, so you can have like naval engagements here, not just pirate battles. Honestly, this game we're going to do today is probably more like a naval engagement than a pirate battle. But hey, it's going to be fun, so let's go ahead and try it out. Alright guys, so we've gone through a lot of the background. We've talked about people's fleets. Let me catch up here on Mr. Chat. No barks just because science teacher, boo. Rubenesque, yeah, right. For the Lady of the Night. Saves me from remembering lots of different stats. Peg leg pigeon. Oh, he was got a peg leg pigeon. Okay, Rasmus is the pirate. He has the accent for it. Okay, Toughy Ears, thanks for joining us. So, Toughy Ears, it looks like you're the local magistrate here. I don't know if that's coming out on your screen. Over to the west, we have the edge of a small fictional Caribbean island. Isla de la Genevieve. That is Jennifer's Island. So congratulations, Jen. You have your own island in the Caribbean now. I bet you never knew that. Unfortunately, it's not perfect. There is a town on there called Tuffy Harbor. It's kind of a shithole. But it's there, so you have to deal with that. Sorry, Tuffy. But so Tuffy's got a town there. The saving grace of this island, however, is Oriskany Manor up there in the north. So Oriskany is now sitting on his porch, with a tequila, with a couple of Caribbean honeys. He's got he's got his feet kicked up in his hammock, and he's going to watch today's battle from his little private mansion there on his own little Caribbean island. But in more serious news, so we have the fleets kind of set out with the names of the ships that our players have picked for themselves. The ships are lined up. The ships have been designed, the actual ship fleet playing pieces have been designed via sails to match the graphics that are on the sheet, so we know what everybody is. Plus there's the name of the ship, we know what everything is. The ships are also approximately to scale with each other. I don't really know if they're really to scale with the map. The ships were big and the towns were small, but I think the town is a little bit too small. But again, the map is fine as far as the ships go, and I think we're ready to start. Unless anyone else has any more. We're going to go into the rules and the turn sequence in just a second here. But for now, we've covered the background, we've covered the rules, or not the rules, we've covered the board setup, we've covered the fleets. Any more questions before we get started?
No.
Alrighty. Because science teacher says rum. That's right, rum. Jen, bring me some rum. No, I'm just kidding. Many pirates were Welsh. Yeah, so Welsh, I think, would be British. Not English, but British. I think Britain was a thing in the late 1600s, early 1700s. This is from Queen Anne to King George I are the monarchs in charge. So I'm pretty sure active union was in 1600, but my English history is not the best. So I tell you what, looking up these flags is a pain to make sure the flags are correct, because the Dutch flag is very bizarre depending on when you're talking about. The Spanish flag even more so. Even the British flag changes. Obviously, we are showing the United Kingdom version of the flag, which I do know is accurate. And of course, pirate flags, pick one. I just picked a very generic one. Two swords and a skull.
And even the French naval flags for a while were actually almost pure white.
That's true. Yeah, they had a little insignia in the front. The problem is with the Spanish flag, with those French naval ensigns, even with flags like Army of Northern Virginia in the American Civil War, there's so much white on the flag that it almost starts to look like a flag of surrender. So, yeah, there comes to be a part where, or there comes a point where that starts to be confusing, or send the wrong message, or lead to battlefield incidents that are not the most fortunate. So I sort of standardized, genericized, or whatever, the flags. Again, I have to make it work for a game. A lot of ships didn't even fly flags, they flew pennants, which aren't actually the same thing. But again, it's a game, and we have to make the flags kind of look the same, so that's what we got for the moment. So, the French Navy on a white flag, weird, right? Says Piotr. Alright, we're starting in on the French already. Hey, good news, French viewers and players. As far as poor quality of crews, even worse than the French through most of this period are the Spanish. So you're no longer the worst on the.
Yeah.
The Spanish crews, man, they had some great ships, but their crews were just atrocious. If you read a lot of the literature from the period. Okay, so we got a British fleet set up and a pirate fleet set up. Does it matter to you guys who comes in from the top and who comes in from the bottom?
No.
All right, cool. So we'll just leave it the way it is. Well, the French coming in from the top. French. Sorry, guys. Oh my God.
Wow.
That was like the worst insult ever. Please don't leave the stream.
Pick my nuts off the floor that you just kicked me in there.
Oh no, that was an unfortunate slip of the tongue there. I do apologize. We'll have the British coming in from the north and the pirates coming in from the south. Okay, so no worries there. Before we even set up our ships, let's find out. If everybody sees my dice box, again, I'm not playing, I'm just kind of the referee here, but just as a neutral facilitator here, I'm going to roll a d6 for that all-important determination, which way the wind is blowing. I'll say this much, I was coming in from the north yesterday as the British, and the wind was right in my face. I still won the game. So it's a handicap, to be sure, if the wind is against you, but it's not crippling. But I'm going to roll, obviously, north is number one, and we go clockwise from there. The wind always blows out of a certain hex direction, so we're going to see what's what. Here we go with the wind direction. And that is a 3. So the wind is
Lovely.
1, 2, 3. That is good news for the British. That is perfect. That is damn near perfect for the British. It is coming out of the northwest. So the wind is northwesterly. Again, I'm sure everyone already knows this, but you usually refer to the wind, not the direction it's blowing into, the direction it's blowing out of. So when the wind's doing that, they say the wind is northwesterly. That ends the Captain Obvious part of the stream. And cool. So the way they set up in this game is, according to the rules, you set up within 2 hexes of your respective table edge. And that is going to be your stern. Now, all ships, this is where we get into the rules a little bit. All ships, let me zoom in a little bit here. Even a pinnace, no matter how big or small the ship is, all ships always occupy 2 hexes. So this is how any ship would ever look. All the way from war galleon all the way down to pinnace, you always have 2 hexes in your ship. Okay. So when a British, like a legal British setup here, would be within 2 hexes.
I think it's 4. Yeah. I think 2's the gap between the islands and stuff. I think it's 4 for your setup.
4 for the setup in what, the rules? Does it say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, cool. Then we'll do it that way. It'll make the action start a little bit faster. Now, is that your bow or your stern?
Yeah. That's so the whole ship. So
okay.
Essentially,
so the whole ship has to be within 4 hexes. So
yeah,
1,
it, yeah.
2, 3, 4.
So
there we go.
It is 2 in a sense and 4 in another.
Okay, so 2 between you and the map. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No worries. That was easy. And again, you can set up with any facing you want, but as long as your whole ship is within 4 hexes of the map. So yeah, whoever wants to set up first. Again, I think it's a good idea to determine the wind direction first. That way you don't set up over here and set up over here or whatever. But for now, we know which way the wind is going. So yeah, Gaz, do you want to set up first?
Yeah, I've got more ships. It makes sense that they'd see me coming if they're sort of coming out of the harbour or coming out of safe harbour.
That frigate has a taller mast, so he probably sees a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
A few feet on me, to say the least.
There you go. It was within 4 last night. Okay, cool. Sorry. So yeah, because Science Teacher is agreeing with you guys. Cool. Alrighty. Welsh active unit was... of course, there's more than one. Scottish one was 1707. Okay, it was around 1700. That's the one I was kind of thinking of. George the First, I think, took the crown in 1700. But let me not say that. I said I think. And that's kind of what I was thinking of. But yeah, it turns out there was more than one. In fact, there was more than one just for the Welsh. So holy crap. Cool. Thanks, Stuffy Ears. Let me see what's going on over here on YouTube. Sitrep Podcast. Ben Johnson, I'm doing demolition now, so I wouldn't mind hearing some carnage in the background. Okay, so hopefully everybody hears the sailing noises, the bosun's whistles, the ship's bells, and the seagulls in the background. There is another track that I'll switch over to later where there's some cannon fire, but we'll wait till we get to cannon fire before we get to that. Alright, so cool. I'm kind of watching both streams here so I don't miss any comments. Alright, Ben, I hope your demolition goes well. Don't blow yourself up, whatever you do. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting on, I guess you guys are waiting on me. We'll go ahead and do British setup now.
Cool. Might have to zoom in a little bit to see the hex numbers, Jim.
Okay, either that or you can just let me know generally where, but it's sort of a trade-off between zooming in where you can't see the whole map and zooming in where you see the hex numbers.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit more clear?
Yeah, that's okay. So we'll have who's next? We'll go to the rightmost ship.
Okay.
Should I say? Well, it's port, your starboard. The Hms Galant.
Okay.
We'll bring him in at 2205.
Okay. Okay, so that hex there has a number in it. so it's
Yes,
technically playable.
before
So
the
1, 2, 3, 4. 2204 can be his bow.
cool.
Is he still facing? He doesn't have to be facing directly south. He can be facing.
He's fine as he is.
Okay.
He's not tacking, so he should be okay. And we'll put the HMS Lance to his port side.
To his port side, all
Yeah.
right. So I have to reverse that in my head. Cool.
Yeah.
And that's a sloppy execution there on my part. So, all right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still within 4. Awesome.
Cool. We'll have the Havoc stay in the center, and we'll pair up HMS Lance to again the port side, but with one space.
But with one space, so like this.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to change Jaguar, or are you happy with where Jaguar is?
Jaguar's fine there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And that leaves just HMS Ardent.
We'll have the Ardent with its prow in where it one forward where it is, but its stern in 0903.
All right, so facing southeast.
Please.
Cool. Okay. Set up for the pirates. Let me zoom into the bottom part of the map.
Yeah, let's see. We'll put the Lady of the Night with her on 05 18, 06 18.
05, 18, 06, 18. Got it.
And we'll place Revenge just south of her, heading in the same direction.
Okay.
Let's see. Murder and Mayhem will go in 30, 16 and 31, 16.
30, 16. Got it.
Heading north.
Yep. And Mayhem's in the same general area?
Yeah, next to it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I think I went a little too. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, cool. Looks like we are set up. Let me zoom out so we can see the whole map. Check out Mr. Stream. We're doing great on Mr. Stream. Revenge kind of got blew up and sunk last night. I hope she gets some revenge. Oh, some revenge. I see what you did there. Alrighty. Awesome. Although she got downgraded last night, Revenge was a bark. Now she's a sloop. They rebuilt the sloop out of the pieces they managed to salvage out of last night's bark. Cool. Alright, so I already see what Rasmus is up to. He's making the most of this disadvantage with the wind. And of course, right now the British have a huge advantage as far as wind goes. Okay, so let's go over the turn sequence super fast, just so we get a basic feel of the game. Did you guys have a chance to go through the rules from the PDF I sent earlier?
Had a quick glance through it twice, yeah.
Okay.
I did my usual homework, Jim.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I did my usual homework. I've got my pad to my 4.
Oh, cool. Okay, so we're pretty much playing this chapter in verse. The only thing I did change, I don't think it's going to come up, I did change the blaze table, because the blaze table was just absurd, I think. But for now, yeah, we're pretty much playing it right out of that PDF. So the initiative phase, both sides roll a d6 super fast. The high roll wins. If the roll is a tie, the wind changes, not right now, but I'm just going through the turn sequence super fast. If the wind, if both players roll the same number, that means the wind has shifted direction. And then we roll to see what the wind does. Alright, now, the one thing that's different between like this and say Dark Star, is whoever gets the best initiative roll, the highest initiative roll, wins. They move their first ship. Then the other person moves a ship, and then it goes back and forth and back and forth. Unlike Darkstar, where it's always best to go last, in this game it might be better to go first because you move and fire in the same turn. So you can move and fire, and that fire is not simultaneous. Whatever happens, happens. If you get guns knocked out, if a mast gets knocked down, if your ship gets sunk, it is possible, especially with the relatively small ships we have in today's game, it's possible to have a ship sunk with a single salvo. That does happen. Um, yeah, then you just lose the ship, or lose those guns, or lose those sails, or whatever. Um, so, yeah, it might be a good idea to go first in certain circumstances. But anyway, that's how the movement works. Okay, the movement is affected by whether or not you have full sail or not, and of course which way the wind is going. Then each ship in turn moves and does any firing, or moves and does any boarding. You can move and fire in the same turn, obviously, or you can move and board in the same turn. You cannot board and fire in the same turn. Then we do guns. The ranges are to scale here on this template, so it's pretty simple. There's no difference in accuracy or firepower when it comes to these three range bands. However, making saving rolls is a big deal in this game. So saves are at -1 if you're being fired on very close. They're normal if you're in the yellow band, and you get a +1 to your save if you're in the green band. So yeah, saving is a thing, a big thing. And what the range affects is your saves. If there's any boarding, we take care of it then as well. Then we go to the end phase where we remove any sunk ships, or you can sink your own ship if you want to. Sometimes you may actually want to do that. You check to see if any fires have been set on your ship, and then so on and so forth. So the turn sequence is actually pretty simple. I said Jen and I blazed through a game yesterday. It was half the size of this, but we blazed through it in like an hour and a half, and that was learning the rules. So.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and get started then. I'm going to assume you guys know the rules. Obviously, if you have any questions, let me know. But we're playing this pretty much right out of the PDF. So right now, please, just you two guys, roll initiative, if you will. And we'll go ahead and get this started. Looks like Rasmus has a...
2.
Okay, 2, and it looks like Gaz got a 3 there on the webcam.
I did, yeah, 3.
Awesome. So, we are looking at the mighty Gaz with initiative. You are moving the first ship.
Cool. Excitement time. Got to deal with these pirates. Where to begin? Rasmus is split pretty far apart. So I'm going to activate HMS Jaguar.
Okay. First thing, are you full sail or not?
It's a very good question, Jim.
Okay.
So, as we saw before, it's 4 or 6, depending if I'm at regular or full sail for a sloop.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will go full sail.
Cool. So, for people in the chat, the first decision that you make when you're moving a ship is whether or not you're deploying full sail or not. Full sail gives you kick-ass movement. So, the question is, why don't you always go full sail? The answer is your sails are murderously vulnerable when they're fully deployed. All the enemy has to do is hit your sails once, and there are no saves to mast or sail hits when you have full sail deployed. Anything that hits, and very, very quickly you lose all your sails when it's like that. So when you're still far away like this, it's probably a pretty good idea to go full sail. Now, you'll also notice that, okay, so he's declared full sail for people in the chat. You'll also notice that the wind is on his quarter, specifically his starboard quarter. So that means that this is one of the very few times you actually get your full movement. So, obviously these are the 4 interrelationships, or orientations I should say, the 4 orientations that your ship can have with the wind. And they have huge effects on your, there's a wind-powered ship, so if there's no wind, or if the wind's going the wrong way, your movement, trust me, it's affected. But for now, he's got the wind on his quarter, so that means he's diagonally with the wind, so he's got full speed, and his speed is now 6, because he has full sail deployed. And a sloop, I think, can make 2 turns a turn, Or 2
Yeah,
turns
that's
of movement
correct.
space. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So he's got 6 hexes of movement, and he can make 2 turns within those 6 hexes if he wants. And this isn't like
Uh,
Darkstar. You don't have to move all 6 hexes.
yeah.
All right.
I'm going to move 1 forward, turn to port 60 degrees,
Okay.
and then travel the other 5 in that facing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So the way I'm moving, because just so you guys can watch me, make sure I don't make a mistake, is I move everything by the stern. So yes, you have to. If you're gonna make it, you have to make at least 1 forward hex of movement before you can execute a turn. There has to be at least 1, forward movement point. You can't make more than. You have to have at least 1. I'm trying to find the simplest way to put this. You have to have at least 1 hex of straight movement before you can make your first turn. And after that, you can only make 1 hex side facing within each turn, within each hex. So, yeah, no like hairpin turns like around that on dime. So grabbing the stern hex of the ship, that's 1, and then he's turning. He said it's a starboard, right? 1.
Port.
Oh, you're turning
So
to
the
port.
tail will go to starboard.
2, 3.
No, port. Sorry, mine will always be to the ship's orientation.
Oh, okay. So, okay, you're turning to port, which means to my right.
Yes.
Yeah, 1,
So,
2, 3, 4,
yeah.
5. I was right the first time. All right, so your stern's going to be there. I then rotate. Oh my god. First screw up of the day.
Germany's XL, love.
Yep. We'll try that all over again. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fix it in post. And now you're astride those 2 hexes. Again, a ship is always astride 2 hexes. Alright, that full sail is going to remain in place for the rest of the turn. And there's HMS Jaguar. Now we go to Rasmus to move his first ship. Now Rasmus, unfortunately, is going to have a little bit tougher time with the wind.
We'll start with Mayhem.
Okay. Mayhem, the wind is on your port bow, so you basically have 1 point of movement. Unless you go full sail, then you have 2 points of movement. And that's irregardless of your ship's speed. When you're sailing into the wind, it's tough.
We'll go for full.
Okay.
Move the 1 forward, do a turn, and move 1 more.
Cool.
So it'll be a.
So that's going to be 1, and then you turn. It's got to be to starboard because there's no collisions allowed in this game.
Yes.
So we're looking basically at this. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
1, 2. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. The good news is next turn, the wind. If the wind doesn't change, the wind will be on your quarter. You'll get much easier movement next turn. Okay. Now back over to Gaz for his movement.
I'll activate the HMS Galant.
Cool. Full sail or
Full sail, please.
got it.
We will move 5 fully forward and then turn to port for 1.
And your port is my starboard because I'm not dyslexic. All right. There we go. See what happens when I'm paying attention. All right. Now, again, as I'm sure you guys noticed in the rules last night, but just for people in the stream, having the wind directly behind you, it's okay. It's still pretty good, but it's actually not the optimal orientation for speed. I know that sounds weird. If you think the wind was directly behind you, you'd get the best speed. What's happening there is all the wind is going in your aft sail, and no wind is going in your forward sail. So you're actually losing half of your wind when the wind is directly behind you. That's why it's best when the wind is on your quarter. That way it spills into both your sails, or all 3, or all 5, or however many sails your ship has. All your sails are filled with wind, and you get the best speed. Okay, over to Rasmus for your speed, sir. Or for your activation.
Yep. We'll do murder.
Okay. Murderer, again, has the same situation that Mayhem had.
Yep, and I'll do exactly the same as Mayhem. 1 forward, 1 turn.
1, 2.
You almost don't even need to move the flag.
Not barely. All right, cool. All right, back over to Gaz.
We'll activate the HMS Ardent.
Okay, got it.
We'll
Now-
make 1 turn to starboard with our first.
Okay,
When we
are you full sail, I'm assuming?
Full sail, sorry,
Okay.
yeah. So I'll get 5.
So, yeah, now he gets 5 because it's your full speed minus 1. The wind is directly behind him. Cool, so you're going to move forward 1.
Correct,
Okay.
yeah. And then use the other 4 heading directly south.
1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will catch up on Mr. Chat. And then we'll do Rasmus's movement. An e-learning specialist at a local university, get your cannons blown up before you can use them. Yeah, that can definitely happen because science teacher. As I found to my chagrin with my poor little pinnace last night. My pinnace got literally 1 movement phase and then got her sails clipped, and she only has 1 mast. She literally sat there for the rest of the game until she was sunk. What else is going on in Mr. Chat? I was lucky last time. Oh my god, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Cool. I was playing an Age of Sail game. This is tough years. Years ago, double shotted my cannons and anchored. My opponent decided to sail his first rate between my 2 anchored ships. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's strange. That is strange. Speaking of that, one thing this game does seem to allow you to do is to fire both broadsides at once. I don't know if I agree with that, but that's the way the rules are written, so that's what we're going to stick with for now. I know you've got guns on both sides. I don't know, do you have full gun crews on both sides at all times? That's where it gets a little weird for me. I thought the men pretty much like ran between the 2 sides of the ship depending on which broadside was being fired, but what do I know? Okay, over to Rasmus for your next activation, please.
The Revenge, full sails.
Full sail
Straight
Revenge,
ahead.
that means you get all 6 movement points because the wind is on your, no, sorry, the wind is, yeah, the wind is on your quarter. So, grabbing the aft hex, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, over to you, Mr. Gas. You got
HMS Havoc.
Okay.
Full sail.
All right. I'm just gonna make up a bunch more of these full sail counters. 'Cause I have a feeling we're gonna be needing a few of them. At least until we get close. Yeah, full sail is something you do when you're closing. Once you get close, it's like, all right, take some of those sails down. All right, so full sail for, I'm sorry, you said Havoc?
Yes, please.
All right, cool.
He's going to race south, all 6. Let's slip the dogs of war.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, but there's not really that many torpedoes here. Although when he said that, I think it was the Battle of Mobile, what he meant was mines. Torpedoes and mines in the day were kind of the same thing. Torpedoes were originally envisioned as mines that move. So what his crew was actually trying to warn him about were what we would call today mines. But the quote is, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." All right, we're down to just Lady of the Night, I think, Rasmus.
Yes, and she'll go full sail, full speed ahead.
Full sail, and Lady of the Night has a speed of 5 at full sail because she's a little
Heavier.
A little bit of that girth. A little bit of a thick girl, but that's like the best kind. But anyway, enough of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I almost said HMS Revenge. Pirate Ship Revenge is starting to outpace her just a little bit. Okay, and then just to HMS Lance, and that completes first movement.
Yep. So HMS Lance will go full sail, strangely enough.
All right.
Move 1, turn 1 to starboard. Move 4, turn 1 to port.
Okay, let me straighten out her initial position here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so she moves 1, turns to starboard. That's my left. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Was it?
4, and then again, she'll turn back to south, so port essentially.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, pay attention, Jim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm watching my little cross cursor instead of the ship itself. That way it's a little less confusing, at least for me. Running the game here. All right, cool. So that's the whole British fleet. That's the whole pirate fleet. I don't know if we're within any gunnery range. Let me quickly check. So long story short, take your first shot of the day. By the way, Jen, where is my rum? I think we have some hurricane mix in the fridge, if you don't mind. I don't want to get too sloppy because I am running a game here. But then you can't play Pirates without imbibing some kind of booze. So right now I have coffee, which is kind of the opposite. Yeah. So range, long story short, is 6 X's. I don't think anyone's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now, but we're getting close. All right, cool. So there's no one's within range for actual gunfire yet, which is good news. I'll make this a little bit smaller and move it up to the side. And that's going to conclude turn 1. I just now realized that I did not make a copy of this thing. So I'll just start this tab in the book as pretty please. There we go. Turn 2. All right, cool. So turn 2, we begin with initiative. 1d6 from each player, please.
A 2.
A mighty 2 again. So
the wind changes. The wind changes, and
Be positive, so clockwise.
Yep. The wind is now directly out of the south, or out of the north. It's now blowing right to the south. Still largely with the British, although.
So if that had been 2 negatives, guys, it would have changed to anti-clockwise.
2 odds, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, 2 odds.
So the way I have it written, which is kind of the same thing, I just have it's a tie, wind changes direction, odds to the right, evens to the left. The thing is that now you guys have to re-roll initiative because you both have 2s. So please re-roll initiative, and yes, the wind can change more than once.
5.
4.
All right, so Gaz wins initiative, and the wind is out of the north.
I didn't really want it this time either. That's disappointing.
Oh no, because remember, fire is not simultaneous.
Yeah, but I wanted to move second, so because I've got the extra ship, it allowed me 2 ships at the end. So that's actually hurt me this time, I think. I will.
No one's listening to you complain, Gaz, because the wind is literally at your back both turns so far. So guess what? You get no. Also, you're the British, so no sympathy.
Well, the pirates are always going to be the favoured force. Everybody loves pirates.
Last night I kicked a little bit of pirate ass, so yeah. Even if the crown loses today, folks, the British did win yesterday. So
I'm going to activate HMS Ardent and drop to regular sail.
Strike the sails. Awesome. All right, so now your speed drops to a 3.
Yep.
Your effective speed.
We will move all three fully forward.
1. Really? Okay.
Yep.
1, 2.
This will not drag on, guys. I can guarantee that.
2, 3. Okay. There she is.
Yep. Ardent is her name.
Ardent is her name, and bait is her game.
Is her game.
Tuffy's watching from his tavern going, what the hell is that girl doing? Oh, well, we'll find out. Gee, if you're still on the Twitch stream, if you want to jump in on the call, let me know. I'll add you to the Skype call. Talk trash if nothing else. Same for Jen, please. Alrighty. So cool. We now go over to Rasmus for his turn.
Yeah, see, the wind change really played havoc with my plans.
I love it when that happens.
But let's see, we'll take the revenge.
Okay. Full sail or striking sail?
Let's see, on the striking sails, you only get to go one.
Yep, because the wind is coming on her port bow.
So we'll go one forward and then all men to the cannons.
Any turns, or are you just going to stay right there?
Just going to stay right there.
All right, and cool. Fire takes place immediately. So, because it's all part of your ship's turn. So, boom, you've got her. It's in extreme range. It's in the green range, but you do have range on HMS Ardent.
So, fire the guns. And how many dice is that?
2, I think, for a sloop.
Sloop has cannon of 2. Yep, and that always stays the same regardless of the range. Guys, let me know in the chat if that cannon fire gets too loud. But there's now cannon fire playing, so appropriately. Cool, so it's 2d6. You are firing at HMS Ardent. HMS Ardent has no top deck or bottom deck. It's just one big roll. So, cool. It looks like we got a 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4, yeah.
And I'm at +1 for being at the...
+1 for saves. Okay, yep. Let me get some pieces here. And then I'll zoom in a little bit.
So where have we hit?
Okay, so HMS Ardent, the hits are 3 and 4. So the nice thing about this game is that it does combat, it does hit resolution and hit location all in one die roll. So obviously there's a no 1 or a 2 here, so a 1 or a 2 is a miss. But a 3 and a 4 gives us 2 hits here. However, you do get to save on these. And you get
a -1 as well, isn't it? So.
Yep. So Gaz, what you need on these two, here's HMS Ardent's ship. Those are the 2 hits. I'll put them up on the corner here just to show that they haven't actually hit yet. Normally you roll a 4, 5, or a 6. However, you get to roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6 because of extreme range. So roll for your
forecastle.
Yep.
Is a 2.
2. So, that's a hit, and that goes in there. Yep. Boom. You've now lost 1 cannon already. Never even got to shoot.
There's another 2. So
oh my God! They both hit. That boom in 1 salvo. That ship has completely lost all of its guns. 1 cannon loss on the front one, 1 cannon loss on the back one, with some good die rolling or some bad die rolling on the saves. Cannons now equal 0. So on the very first shot, HMS Ardent has now, she's still operational, but she has no guns. And again, fire is not simultaneous in this game, so that literally just happened. HMS Ardent will never get to fire guns in this game. Alright, so then we go over to Gaz for his turn on... As soon as oh my God, I went out too far. Oh, technically I need one of these. And...
Oh, yeah. Don't forget your smoke, Jim. I know you like your smoke.
I like my rule of cool, man. Come on. I don't have minis. I have to make the best with what I've got. Alright, HMS Ardent has been hit for sure. And there is Revenge's broadside. Awesome. Cool. So now we go over to the British for their next activation. One of your ships is hidden there. There we go.
We'll activate HMS Havoc. She'll go to... Can they fire on? They can't fire under full sail, can they?
Yes.
They can't.
Unless I missed something in the rule, which please tell me I didn't.
No, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think I'd read it. I just kind of, you kind of assume something like that. So we will activate HMS Havoc. She will stay under full sail, having seen the Callans rip the heart from HMS Ardent. And she will advance on revenge.
Okay.
We will go 2 spaces forward.
Yep.
1 to starboard, so towards the revenge.
Yep.
And then straighten up south again.
So two to the south, 1 to the southwest.
And 1 more to the south.
Nice.
In fact, it needs to be 2, so it needs to be a second one to the south.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have her in arc yet.
Now we're in.
Now you started off.
We will.
You start off in 1709, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At full sail with the wind directly behind you, that is legal.
That's the 5.
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right.
Can you shoot through your own ships?
No.
Cannot shoot through your own ships.
The only blocking factor, Rasmus, is dots. If you can draw from the center of your ship to the dot of the other ship, or that's a legal shot then.
And it is possible, because all the ships in this game are 2 hexes, it's possible that your line of sight might only be to either hex. As long as you can see to the center dot of either hex of the enemy ship, either of your hexes can see either of the enemy hexes, you have a shot. This game is not trying to get in your way too much. But unlike Dark Star, you cannot shoot through ships. So for people who say that Dark Star is not a 3D space game, I offer this as your opportunity to be curb stomped. This is 2D naval combat. You cannot shoot through friendly or enemy ships, whereas you obviously can in Dark Star. Okay, so we are right there. I'm assuming you're firing a broadside into Pirate Ship Revenge?
We are, old boy, we are.
We are, old boy. Why you gotta call me old, man?
Well, you know, playing the commander and all that. You've got a mansion and you're sat in a deck chair.
That's true,
so
that's true.
You're in your rocking chair on the porch. It's just kind of an automatic assumption.
It's the Caribbean. I'm lying in a hammock. It's all good.
Bare feet with some reeds between your toes. and
reeds between my toes. I've got a Cuban woman on my left shoulder and a Dominican woman on my right shoulder. And let's count until Jen comes to my office and slaps me in the back of the head. Hey, wargaming is all about fantasy. No, but in all seriousness, 1, 2, you are only 2 hexes away now. So you are in the red zone. He actually gets -1 on his saves. HMS Havoc has 2 dice, I believe, as a sloop.
That's correct.
Right, cool. So it's 2d6 to hit the sloop Revenge.
Let's see if I can hit something. We have 2 3s, same location.
Nice. That's actually a good thing. You're not going to knock out all of his guns, but there's a possibility of a crit. All right, so number 1, we got 2 hits in number 3. Okay, Mr. Rasmus, you need to roll a 5 or a 6 on 2d6.
Double 6.
Okay, no. that was no hits then. I'll just save those down here because we'll need them later. Okay, HMS Havoc is now done. We go over now to the pirates.
So let's see, what is Murder and Mayhem doing? Oh, Murder and Mayhem, why did you have to go out there?
Mayhem's going to have to turn after she moves her 1 hex. Technically speaking, her bow is going to be off the table for a second, but if she makes that turn immediately, she'll stay in the game.
Wait, I've seen Eric the Viking. She falls off the edge of the earth.
He does bring up a good point. If your ship does completely leave the table, it's off.
We'll start with Mayhem.
Okay.
Keep her at full sails.
Full sails. The wind is on your bow, so you have 2 movement points.
So 1 forward, swing to the north, 1 more forward. Straight into the wind.
Yeah, that's moving directly into the wind is interesting. But cool. Okay, then still no line of sight there, obviously. So we'll go now over to the British again.
Yes. What to do? You know what? HMS Galant I'll activate next. Keep
Okay.
her under full sail.
Okay.
She will move 1 and turn south.
Okay.
And then move another 3, please.
Still saying south.
And then with her final one, she'll move southwest.
Oh, southwest. Sorry.
Yep. So she should be pointing towards HMS Havoc, basically now. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Pointing southwest. Yep, she's heading straight for Havoc. Still at full sail.
Yeah.
She has no targets.
No.
Moving over to the next pirate ship.
Murder will repeat Mayhem's maneuver.
1, 2. Oh no! I meant to drop that. Give me my sail. There we go. So, Mayhem is here and Murderer is there. Cool. That sounds like a WWE tag team. Murder and Mayhem. At a combined weight of 722 pounds. Okay, over to the British for an activation. Am I missing a ship here? Or you guys have so many ships?
I have 2 left, yeah.
We have Jaguar and Lance. Okay, cool.
Correct, yeah. I'm going to be 1. HMS Jaguar will activate next.
Okay, the wind is on her quarter. She has full movement. Sails or none?
Stay under full sail.
Okay.
She'll move 1 forward, turn south.
Yep.
1 south, turn southwest.
Okay.
And that should leave 2 to push on with.
That should leave 4 to push onward. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, yeah,
4.
turns, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. The game doesn't even try to. The wind orientation goes by your starting state. So it's not the most realistic, but can you imagine trying to apply wind for every facing you might make within a turn? It wouldn't work. It's game-wise. That would be the more realistic way of doing it, but without a computer, it wouldn't be fun. It's possible, it just wouldn't be fun. Okay, so that's Jaguar. Jaguar, I don't think has range. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
No.
4, 5. Barely. Well, not really, but okay, cool. Okay, over to Lady of the Night. I think it's the last pirate ship.
Yes. Oh. Well, she can only really do one thing. That's 1 forward and then straight into the eye of the wind. Oh, nah, bugger. We'll go to 2 forward.
1,
And then we're...
2. Okay, yeah, the wind just saved Gaz a little bit there. Because I know what Rasmus wanted to do.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Right between Havoc and Ardent and double broadside. Just boo!
then we'll give Ardent...
Yeah, Ardent's in trouble.
You know the good news.
Yep, three cannon dice, and it looks like you're in the yellow zone. So 3d6.
1, 3, 5.
1 is a clean miss. 3 goes here. Come on, machine, copy the damn object. And 5 goes here. Ardent is not under full sail, is she? No, she's not. All right, cool.
No,
so she gets a save on her foremast. So, Gaz, try to roll a 5 or a 6 to save on your foremast. Foremast.
Nope, it's another 2.
Boom. Okay, that ship is now partially crippled for movement as well. That's a hit on the mast. The mast is lost. Reduced speed by 2. So your speeds now drop. Number 1, you can never go to full speed, to full sail, because you just lost half your sails. So your new max speed in any situation is a 2. It's your normal speed minus 2, because reasons. So that's that. And now try to save the forecastle or forecastle. Yeah, you need a 4, 5, or 6.
Forecastle, so she bounces.
That did save.
The gun crew's still trying to patch it up when another ball comes whistling through the same hole.
All right. So, Cool. So, yeah, the ship can still move half and lost all its guns. When a ship
Yep.
cannot move, in other words, if he gets one more hit on a 6, it's considered a derelict. It can't move, it can't fire. It's still there because you can board it and try and capture it, and the crew definitely fights back in that case. In fact, knocking out a ship's guns is usually a big prerequisite to even try to board.
Prelim to boarding.
Yeah.
And in the campaign version, the captured ships are worth more than sunk.
Totally. But an interesting thing to note is for boarding, the attacker rolls a d6 plus the number of crew boxes in the ship that's doing the boarding. All right. The defending ship rolls d6 plus his crew plus his cannon. So knocking out the enemy's cannon and then trying to board is a pretty good idea. So Ardent, be advised, there is a possibility that you could be boarded. And quick question, Revenge is on Full Sail too, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me just put a... Not that I think she's going to get hit now, but just to keep the board straight.
Well, Lance can still come down.
Yep. So almost everybody's still in Full Sail, except for HMS Ardent, which is good. All right, cool. HMS Lance, last ship to go on this turn.
Like the Thunder Child, she's going to steam south.
Oh, no.
5 spaces.
Yep, 5's her maximum. So she's staying at Full Sail. Let me get a sentence
She
out.
is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She has to make a turn.
Oh, seen, yeah.
Yeah, she could make one turn, probably.
So she'll make one turn to point at HMS Havoc.
Yeah,
on the
she's
final
one turn to port.
Yeah. Which just puts me out of short range, unfortunately. But hey ho.
At least now you have a broadside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, this game is very, very quick, very, very light. I'm going to get the guy's real name. His last name is Ugolini. I can't remember his first name. But anyway, even in his rulebook, he calls it version 0.9. So even he wasn't fully ready to, call it a day yet. So we can add to this. And one of the things I'm thinking about adding is you often hear about these kind of ships in the day that had at least a couple guns mounted forward. Like the long nines that you see in Pirates of the Caribbean, or forward like chase guns, I think was the formal term. This game does not have those yet, but I'm thinking about adding those later. But right now it's just broadsides. Speaking of which, HMS Lance has broadsides on 2 targets. You can pick Revenge
Indeed.
or Lady of the Night.
She is going to aim high at Lady of the Night.
Good call. All right, so everyone in the chat. Once you get to ships of a certain size, Lady of the Night, I did not mean that as a disparaging comment. You don't want to make Lady of the Night mad. She'll charge you extra. But once you get to a frigate, merchantman, or a ship or a war galleon, you can pick whether you aim high or low. In other words, the ship gets so big that you can now actually target certain areas of the ship. So for people in the chat, he's shooting low. 2, 3 is going to be the same on either option. And then 4, 5, and 6, the results are down here. Note, only a 1 misses. So this guy's game is actually pretty sweet. With one mechanic, with one roll of the dice, notice there's no number 2 here on a sloop. A sloop is literally harder to hit because of the size. And he did that without adding another number or another value to the ship, or another modifier. I won't call it up now, but if you look at a pinnace only has hit locations 4, 5, and 6. So a 1, 2, or a 3 miss. Frigates, merchantmen, and ships of the line, or war galleons, have this chart, so only a 1 misses. So he actually takes that into account. The size of the ship is literally harder to miss, based on just the amount of wood that's floating out there. So he's going low, so his 4, 5, and 6 will go here.
I'm going high, Jim.
Oh, you're going high. That's right, you said that.
Yep.
So his 4, 5, and 6 will go here. And his options are, the only way to sink a ship is to fill in these holes in the bottom, below the waterline, and that's a crit, and you have to roll low on that. However, if you roll high, what you can do is you can take away his mass, and you can take away the ship's mobility. With the wind largely against him, and with a large ship that already has the slowest movement roll of the game, taking out 1
and
or 2...
under full sail.
Yeah, under full sail, so he gets no saves.
Okay.
He has a really good chance of really slowing down Lady of the Night. to where she may not be moving at all. But let's find out.
I'm going to try and give her a club foot so she's walking around the streets a bit.
This poor lady. It's a good thing she's fictional.
Unfortunately, a 1, but
Oh!
I did get a 4. So
All right,
the
a 4. The
takes.
4 totally hits, and there is no save because she's at full sail.
Yeah.
So she reduces her speed by 1. Her maximum speed is now 2, and she can never take full sail again. So I'll go ahead and take that full sail off of there for you. Because she's now lost the mast, so she obviously can't go to full sail. So yeah, sailing into the wind in one angle or another, she's really going to be slow for the rest of the game. But she's still ridiculously powerful. Those guns are nothing to mess with, and a crew of 4. If any of these sloops try to board her, that's not going to work. Let me help you out.
No, I don't think that's an option.
It would be a D6 just for fun, a D6 plus 7 versus a sloop's D6 plus 2. So
one of the gaps in the rules is during that action though, because it's a shame that you can only board from the port or the starboard. It's you can't run angles essentially in this to get on. You've literally got to be running parallel to the enemy as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have no choice but to take all her guns on one side if I try and board.
I think that's intentional because that's how you usually see it, at least in pirate movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And one thing he did right is no ramming in this game. No ramming, no collisions. So, which may or may not be realistic, but I always appreciate that in rule set because I always see ramming in naval games as a bit of a table flip. You know, I'm like, yeah, you know what, dude? If you lost, you lost. Don't be a dick. You know, stop ramming, or self-destructing, or stuff like that.
Ramming belongs in the ancient era.
Yeah. Bronze Age warfare, totally.
Where the ships are built with a big, massive.
Yeah, these guys would have been literally drowning if they lose their own ship. So the chances of rubbing holes is quite high, but actually a ram is so dangerous to both ships, miles from anywhere. They would work very hard to avoid it.
Yeah, and the ships in the Bronze Age and the Ancient Age, they were built with rams.
Yeah.
Like the whole front end of the ship was basically metal, and they would, it was designed to do that. These ships, not so much.
Yeah,
plus, they put all that work into the bowsprit, and it, she looks so nice up there. That's going to be the first thing wrecked. It's okay. So I believe that concludes a movement, right? Has everyone now moved?
Yeah, we're not bad. We're second round. We've took fire. I'm on fire. I've lost 1 mast, 2 guns. The engagement's happening, even though it's a good-sized grid.
Yeah. Again, we had this discussion briefly with the Revolutionary War game. I like big maps, and I do not lie. You other brothers can't deny. I'll stop now. I like big maps with lots of space before the engagement because I feel that's where the real decisions are made. Is when the two armies or fleets or whatever are moving towards each other, that's when you start turning flanks. Once the two sides kind of lock horns, now it's just a bunch of gunfire and smoke. That's in some ways is the fun part, but at the same time, not too much strategy. It's down to tactics. So yeah, I always like big, broad maps with lots of extra space. It does make for a slower start of the game though. But now we're on turn 3, so roll a d6, both players, and we'll see what's going on with initiative.
I feel Rasmus hoping for a pairing of numbers here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Can you do a 1?
5.
I'm sorry, what was that, Rasmus?
A 1.
All right, cool. So Gaz wins initiative again, and the wind stays out of the north. So which ship do you want to activate first, Mr. Gaz?
Oh.
If you don't want to go first, you can pick the Ardent.
This is very true.
The Ardent is still technically movable.
Yeah, this is really tough because if I could pop at the Revenge, but the Revenge then will move, probably hit the Lance, and in the meantime, the Lady of the Night says, "Hello, new target. I have got guns to bring to bear." So yeah, this is a tough one actually.
Lady of the Night. Let me zoom in a little bit. Lady of the Night's gonna have a tough time maneuvering. The wind is against her, and she's lost a mast.
It's just the keeping out of her. It's the pivot and the range because within 6 is a reasonable distance.
Yeah.
So it's.
Everyone's in range. Everyone's gotten real cozy.
Give me some thoughts. Yeah.
Aside from murder and mayhem.
Yep.
Whoa.
Make sure nothing's going on in
So
YouTube.
that's
Oh
full
no,
sail.
YouTube, come back.
Wind is still south. Need to move one. I will activate HMS Havoc, please.
Okay. Dropping sail.
No.
Ooh, okay. Your movement is thus 5.
I will move down south 1 and turn to starboard, so southwest.
Yep. Cool.
Then move 3, please.
1, 2, 3.
And then turn to northwest.
1, 2. No, that was too many. I'm sorry.
That was too many.
1, 2,
1,
3, 4, 5.
Yep, and then
That's a Dark Star move there.
And I've got 1 left, I think.
No, you're at 5 because the wind is directly astern.
Oh, that was pointing south, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Triple check, right, guys?
Yeah, I was.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I think the smoke markers show the angle of my ship from shots, so I was definitely pointing south.
Oh, you were pointing south. Yeah, I'm sorry about the wind. The wind is definitely straight south.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we this is the idea of taking the sloops against something like Lady of the Night, was to keep a high level of maneuverability in comparison, but the danger is the Revenge is right there that's as maneuverable as I am.
Yeah. Good news is you got full guns, obviously, and he gets -1 on the saves.
Yeah.
So you can actually engage either one.
Engage
Whoa. One. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can only engage Lady of the Night.
Yeah.
Revenge is actually out of arc.
So actually, I wanted to engage the Revenge.
All right, so just don't move that last point.
Yeah, that's what must have gone wrong.
Oh God. So move here.
It's just 1 back. Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult to read the arcs until you kind of get them in position.
Yep.
To see where the gun is. I suppose if you just look to the center of the ship, that's your...
Yeah,
that's your,
so obviously, so again, hint for the audience, your ship is always astride 2 hexes. So obviously that's 1 broadside hex, that's the other one. Just go from there and then go straight out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dog leg in for your green zone. 1, 2. And that's your basic cone. So in this case, this hex and this hex are out of arc. Because again, we don't have any chase guns in the game yet, but we'll work on that later. But for now, yeah, it's just anything that you can reach from hex 12, 15 in this case. So, I just screwed up again. So by staying back 1 hex, which you're always allowed to do, this isn't like Darkstar.
No, actually, it puts me in the arc of the Lady of the Night then.
Yes, it's true, but she has to move.
Yeah.
Well, she could always just drop anchor and not move.
She can what, sorry?
She can drop anchor and not move. But you move.
Is that in here, is it? Oh, I didn't see that.
You never. You always have to move at least 1?
Yeah, you always have to move.
Do you? I believe you if you say so. If you do, let me know.
I'm just trying to find the move phase. I didn't know there was even a drop anchor. I've not actually...
Well, he didn't call it that, but he says you don't have to spend all your movement points.
All right,
I think that's what he said.
All
so
right, yes, well,
I said...
So essentially you could spend none.
Yeah.
Or do you have to move one?
Literally, he only has 1 movement point anyway. 1 is his maximum speed given his wind right now.
Yeah, but if he doesn't move, I get broadsided by 4 cannon.
Well, either way, actually no,
if
he doesn't.
If I move 1 extra, he can't target me.
No, he doesn't because Revenge is in the way.
But he'll move Revenge first.
Okay, well, yeah, well then...
Yeah, so there's no point me finishing there because it puts me at risk.
Okay.
If he doesn't have to move 1.
Alright, so, let's see, you were in hex
so basically where we
15,
were.
14...
So we're still right, we just need to move 1 more, the 1 that we took back.
Okay, so just do that then.
So that's I'm out of arc of both ships at that point, unless they manoeuvre.
Okay.
And we'll have to have another chop at the Lady of the Night instead.
Let's make sure. Let's see. That is 16. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Cool. Making sure we were still legal. All right, so you're going to take a fire at Lady of the Night.
Yes, please.
Cool. Let me go ahead and... cool. So it's going to be 2 dice still.
And
And
aim high.
Aim high, 2 dice.
So let's see how this goes. So we have a 2 and a 4.
Okay. Lady of the Night has dropped her sails because she no longer has full sails.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 and 4. Oh, those are both... ooh.
So one's a miss.
One is technically a miss.
Yeah.
Because you can't do critical hits on masts. But the 2 hits the fox.
And the 2's a miss as well because that's low. So I both missed.
No. Okay, so the way it works is if you aim low,
I didn't. I aimed high.
Okay, if you aim high, 2 is here, 3 is here. So 2 and 3 is the same whether you aim high or low or not. It doesn't matter. It's where the 4, 5, and 6 goes. So the 2 is a potential hit, depends on if he saves. The 4 is a hit, but not really, because you already knocked down that mass, and further hits cause no critical damage. So it's a hit that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it just shreds more of the same rigging, essentially.
So Rasmus has to roll a 5 or a 6 to save.
A1.
Does not save. Boom, that is 1 cannon lost on Mr. She's now down to 2 guns. When we say cannon points, it's obviously like a division of guns or a battery of guns. But she is now down some of her guns. Awesome. Alright, so, cool, that was good. The biggest ship just lost some of her guns.
Sorry for slowing the game down there, guys.
Oh, no worries. Now, I mean, look at how close everybody is. Now is when it gets serious. You got to pay attention to detail here. Before we get too much further, let me... No, not at all. Trust me, when it comes to hex games, you got to pay attention. Because hex games are not about, obviously, the spectacle of the table or the miniatures. It's all about the rules, tactics, science. I would say realism, but this game is a little light on that. But, you know, it's all about the mechanics, is what I should say. Okay, so over now to the pirate's ship, the pirate's movement. Do you want to move any of these ships, or do you want to... Let's not forget about Murder and Mayhem over here.
I think it's those that need to move, not Murder and Mayhem. I'm debating between the Lady of the Night and Revenge, which one I want to do first and how I want to do it. Revenge will go 2 forward.
Revenge goes 2 forward at full sail. 1.
Actually, just 1 forward and drop the full share.
Okay, so that's 1 forward, and then any turns?
And then 1 turn southeast.
I'll just move that over there for now. Okay, she has port broadside on HMS Lance, but I think that's it.
Yes.
Alright. That is going to be 2 dice, I believe, in the yellow band.
Number 2 and number 6.
HMS Lance lost the sail, because Lance is at full sail, right? Yep.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
Lance, well, she was at full sail. Now, not so much. On the right fleet. There we go. Okay, so Lance takes 1 on the mast. No save is possible because she's at full sail. And what was the other one again, Rasmus? A 2?
2.
A 2 is a miss on a sloop.
Yes.
Because there's no 2 there. Alright, so her speed got reduced to a... Speed reduced by 2. 2, and that's it. She can no longer go to full sail. And her new speed is 2. Alright, this many ships, we're going to have to really keep track of what ships have speed damage and so on. So I'll take off the full sail. Awesome. Alright, cool. That's it for Mr. Revenge. Moving on now to another British ship.
We'll activate HMS Lance.
Okay. Now that she's lost her aft mast.
Yeah. So she's got a movement of 2 left because she's now in regular.
Yep.
She will move 1.
She's got
south.
regular, and the wind is on her port quarter. So.
Yeah, we're in a good position.
So she has to move forward 1 before she makes any
Yeah.
turns, and then she wants to turn south.
Turn south, please.
And then she can move 1 more.
Yeah, which she will.
Clunk.
And
revenge. I think revenge is about to get revenged upon.
she took it last time. She just shrugged it off with the excellent crew.
Double 6s on saves, yeah.
Yeah, she beasted it. So we'll pump 2 cannon shots into the revenge. See if I can get some of my own.
Okay, no reason to pick high or low. Revenge. So just 2d6.
A 6 and a 1.
All right, so it's a 1 miss and 1 on the mast. Now that mast is not full sail, so there's a potential to save there. However, point blank range. Okay, he saved it.
Yeah.
Revenge. What the hell? That's 3 6s in a row. You rolled on your saves. Old iron sights.
That's ghost rigging, they call that, I think. I keep missing.
If I could only roll like that on Lady of the Night instead, then.
Yeah, Lady of the Night already has some problems. Okay, cool. So on to the next ship. That would be a pirate ship.
It will indeed.
And that'll be Lady of the Night that will move forward 1, and then turn 1 southeast.
Not legal, because she will collide with Revenge if she does that. Her bow and Revenge's stern will be in the same hex.
Then she'll pirouette in place.
I don't think that's allowed. You have to move at least 1 before you make a facing change.
Yeah, I think it's only if you've got no wind. So if you're in a position where it's in your face, you can pivot 1.
Yeah, and even then, that's a little different.
Yeah, that's because of the wind.
You're
against you to the point you can.
You're
just
swinging your stern instead of your bow. Murder and Mayhem are going to have to do that in just a second.
Yeah. She'll just move forward 1. I don't think there's anything else she can do.
She could technically turn north, but I don't know if she wants to. But she moves forward 1. Well, maybe it's up to you.
Yeah, but I actually turn north, because then I can get a broadside in on Lance.
Yep. That is legal. Cool. Lady of the Night is now facing north. Fires a broadside, although she only has 2 guns left. And that is on Mr. Lance in the yellow zone. Cool.
6 and a 3.
Cool. HMS Lance now takes some hits. A 6 is a hit that doesn't really do much. The 3 is on the forecastle, so Gaz, roll a 4, 5, or a 6 to save.
A 1.
That is not a save.
That is not a save.
So that is a cannon point lost on HMS Lance. She's half movement and half firepower.
Got all them hits on my ones and nothing on the other side.
Well, Lady of the Night is got some pings on her, but this Revenge. Revenge has literally rolled 3 6s in a row for saves. I don't know what's going on there. She's actually got like iron plating under the planking. I don't know how that happens this era, but that's okay. Rasmus is about to have a very frustrating movement phase over there on his right wing.
Oh yes.
I need
the time to try and beat up these two.
I don't think Murder can do anything. Well, she could swing the other way, which might not be a bad move. But anyway, it is a British turn to move, so sorry about that. I think you have Gallant and Jaguar left?
Yes, I'm going to activate HMS Jaguar, please.
Okay.
We're going to remain at full sail.
Alright, you have full 6 points of movement.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll open up on Lady of the Night.
That's actually a good question. I'm mildly curious. Let me see.
Yep.
I know you don't want to do this, but actually I'm curious for my own. And this is when I find out I did not make a piece for that. Alright, never mind. Alright, cool. Go ahead and take your shot at Lady of the Night. It is going to be 2 dice. He's just going to get a +1 to save. Are you aiming high or low?
We're going to go low this time.
Cool.
Let's pepper her lower decks. So try and take out that main cannon in the center. I have a 2 and a 5.
2 and a 5. So 2 possible crit. Because
Yeah.
you've already hit that area. You've already filled up all the dots in
Yeah.
there, so it's a possible crit. And then the 5 is here. Okay, the bad news is that he, because of the extreme range, he gets a plus on his saves. So first, let's do the gun deck. Rasmus, it looks like you need a 3 up to save on the gun deck.
5.
That's a save, no worries there. Now on the Foxhole, again, you need a 3 up.
A 6.
All right,
Nice.
so those both saved.
Bouncy on that thick hull, double layered.
She's Yankee built, sir. That's how we know that.
And redwood trees.
That's the old whatchamacallit, Master and Commander thing. Apparently the guy saw that exact same ship built or something like 100 years ago. Anyway, I'm all off topic already. All right, so now we go over to a pirate ship.
Yeah, Mayhem will move 1 forward and turn the northwest.
No, she
If
will
she
not,
can.
because she is directly into the wind. All these 2 ships can do is swing their sterns 1 hex.
Okay, well,
So Mayhem can swing her stern off the table, which technically is legal because your bow is still on the table.
we'll swing the stone off the table in that case then.
Or she could literally just stay put, which I think is what Murder's going to have to do. Because, Murder can either swing her stern into hex 3114 or just stay put.
And that's probably what we'll end up doing when it's her turn. But
Arden is not moving because she's got no movement points. She's lost both her sails. Wait a minute, that's not true. I've got that backwards. Ardent has lost all her guns. She has some movement left.
She can still move, yeah.
Yeah. Or Galant hasn't moved yet, has she?
No.
Okay, sorry. You got 2 ships left. So it's up to you. Do you want to move Ardent or Galant? Swarming, not making the impact I need. The wind is helping me to time to engage. Cool.
That's me.
Oh! I see Sitrep Podcast. I thought that was G.
No,
Sorry.
I'm using the chat restream.
Gotcha.
So I can see all the different chats from YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook.
All right. So it's up to either Galant or Ardent.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No worries.
My bad. We'll activate HMS Galant, please.
Okay. The wind is on her quarter. She has full movement. Right now that's 4, unless she wants to raise full sail.
I need
Oh
one.
no! Right now she's full sail.
She's good. Yeah, she's got 6.
Okay. Does she want to have full sail or drop?
4, 5. I need full sail to get to where I want to be.
Okay.
Basically, we're going to line up Revenge in the center and block her, which was the plan. So she's going to move 1 in that direction, turn south to move 1, and then turn back to her original heading, and basically go to the front of Revenge.
Nice.
Bracket her between the Lady of the Night and my other ships, basically try and.
That's pretty.
Shots,
That's pretty epic, I gotta say. I think she has to come to a full stop now. Because Lance has already moved. Galant obviously has just moved. Yeah, Revenge. Depending on who wins initiative next turn. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what next turn look like.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Galant
but,
has a point-blank broadside on Mr. Revenge.
Ooh, let's see. Based on the current saving rolls, I think this is almost moot at this point.
Yeah.
All I can do is keep chopping at the I don't know, the steel-bound hide that this dreadnought's made of. So here we go.
Whoa, what the hell, Excel? Okay, cool. So 2 dice, I got a 5 and a 3. Those are both hits.
5 and a 3, yeah.
On Mr. Revenge. Revenge does not have full sail up. So 5 and a 3. I'll put them on the corner for now. Okay, Mr. Rasmus, you need a 6 to save on the mast.
Oops. 2.
Okay, the mast has been hit. You need a 5 or a 6 to save on the forecastle.
6.
Yay!
There it is.
However, at long last, there's a crack in the armor.
There is, yeah. If it bleeds, we can kill it. He's not made of iron. We're going to do Rocky and everything. We're just going to roll through all the one-liners.
Oh my god.
It bleeds. The Russians cut. Wait a minute. The pirates cut. Sorry.
The shield is down. Commence attack on the Death Star's main
Oh,
reactor.
this is hard work. And luckily, I'm only fighting half of his bleeds.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so
Damage.
now we go over to. I'm pretty sure Murder's just gonna have to stay put. That's your last ship, right? Rasmus is Murder.
Yeah.
Or no, or she can move to 3114. Her stern can.
We'll move the stern to 3114.
Okay. Both bosun's mates on that ship are just ringing the hell out of the ship's bells. Collision alarm. You guys do see us, right? Not that it really matters, but when you're going straight into the wind, usually it's a good idea to take down full sail because it's not doing you any good anyway. It doesn't matter for movement if you're at full sail or not, but nobody's near you, so you're not going to get shot at your sails anyway.
Yep.
But just a FYI for future turns.
HMS Ardent will just move 1 south, which is all she can do.
Yeah, she literally just moves, and because
Leaves the fire behind.
Yeah, she has no guns. I think that's it for the turn.
She's not a blaze, is she, Jim?
No,
She's
she
just
has
a-
no blaze counter.
Damage.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
actually that's just to show that she's damaged. Although almost everybody's damaged at this point, so
Yeah,
I should probably go ahead and take that off.
Is it time to put out your smoke that you love so much?
There is such a thing as a blaze. I think for people in the chat, there is a blaze counter. A ship can get, but that's an actual game effect. That's not decoration.
Okay.
None of that's happened yet. That's the result of a certain crit. Oh my god, yeah. Things got hectic. Things got hectic. Except
I
for
tell you what, Tuppy Harbour's getting a right show.
yeah. You look over here to the west. It's like the whole beach is just packed full of people with like coolers and umbrellas.
Rum.
Yep.
And,
That's a hell of a show over here, man. There's a guy walking up and down the stairs. 3-2 on the Pirates. 3-2 on the Pirates.
yeah, there's crowns and all sorts being exchanged.
Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and start a new turn. Shoot! Oh my god, toughy ears. Yeah. Board. Yeah, please. Oh, board. I gotcha. We are getting to where some boarding actions could conceivably take place. Boarding is risky. Boarding is risky.
And you can be counterboarded as well, which
yeah,
is...
if you lose...
if you lose and you drop crew members, suddenly you're even more susceptible, but you get the cannon use alive.
Then you get bored. Now, the good thing is this game does have rules for it, especially for high crew ships. If you board an enemy, you actually divide up your crew. Like, say I don't want to give him any ideas, but let's say Lady of the Night boarded one of these British ships. He's got 4 crew. He puts 1 crew on HMS Ardent, or what? Ardent has no guns, so he puts 1 crew on that, and you literally take the enemy ship, and you can play it as a ship. You can boost enemies. You can steal your opponent's ships in the middle of the game. It's not just for campaign points. You need quite a bit of crew to do that, because you literally have to divide your crew between 2 ships. You can also, if your ship is heavily damaged, like let's say Ardent goes up to a pirate ship, boards her, you can sink your own ship. Because it's got no guns, and now you've got to use the pirate ships that still has guns on it. And I literally switched the flags. You know.
And don't need the crew.
Yeah, because you don't leave any crew on the enemy on the old ship because you just sank it. You are not allowed to sink your own ship, though. It does say you're not allowed to scuttle your own ship. Not realistic, but I know why he did it. It's a game mechanic thing. But there is a reason for that. Sweet. So we will now go to initiative. D6 from each player, please.
6.
A 6.
The wind shifts again, and that was evens. So it goes to the left.
Yeah.
So it goes this way. Wind is now out of the northeast.
We just screwed murder up.
Oh, murderer. You're so...
Which is blocking mayhem.
Oh, no. this whole you know what it is? We've got over here. We've got Edward Teach. Over here we've got Charles Vane. Over here we got Laurel and Hardy. I mean, these two guys over here are like what? Bumping into each other.
There's a cabin boy that's not licking the right finger and putting it up over there somewhere.
Oh God. Oh, for the wind. I got you. I thought you meant licking the finger and doing something else. Oh my God. You know where my head's at all day.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's where his finger was by the sound of it.
Oh no. Okay, so re-roll initiative since we got a tie.
Yep.
3.
5.
Okay, guys, move your first ship. Wind is now out of the northeast.
So he's going to get half move. He's going to get full. It's going to block him. Wow, I've kind of tied myself in some knots up here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this will work.
Let me zoom in a little bit because things are going to get, especially as long as we're not dealing with murder and mayhem. I'll say zoomed over here because this is where the actual battle. I mean, murder and mayhem missed the memo, but this is where the. In fact, that's their new name. It's no longer murder and mayhem. It's HMS missed the memo. Where's the battle actually taking place?
It's the come in and mob up crew.
Yep, that's true. By the time they finally get untangled over there, everyone else is going to have shot themselves to shit. Then they're going to finally catch the wind, come over here and say, oh, I'm sorry, did you guys want to have a battle? Oh, well, here, I'll get paid. Ka-ching!
To go first. Wow. 1, 2. I'd like to activate HMS Galant.
Let me find her amongst this mess. Okay, cool.
Full sail to regular.
Thank you.
So we're going to collapse full sail to regular sail.
Yep.
And we're going to move 1 forward and then turn.
Her new... Okay, Galant. Galant has no damage, right? Galant is... Wrongfully. Galant has 4 and 6. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to come up with a better way to do that. I'll probably just put something in the text box. All right, so Galant has dropped sail. Her speed is now 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
So she's going to move forward 1.
Yep.
And then turn in and tuck in behind HMS Havoc.
She's gonna move 1, and then she's gonna turn.
Turn to starboard. So she'll basically be right behind HMS Havoc. There.
Like so.
But she'll have turned, so she's pivoted, so she's in line with it.
Okay. Oh, she's gonna move 2.
Nose to tail.
1,
Yeah.
2.
She'll move 1 and then turn starboard.
All right, let me start over. Here she is. She moves 1.
Turns to starboard.
Turns to starboard. Click.
And moves 1.
1. All right, so she's on. She's not directly astern Havoc. She's on. That was where I was getting confused. She's actually on Havoc's starboard quarter.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to put a broadside, I assume, into Revenge.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
All right. Oh no, the wrong ship.
Rewangi.
Alrighty.
Try and put a dent in this bugger.
All right. Yeah, the British are now fixated on the Revenge.
Yeah,
the devil's on that ship, I tell you. Wow, how does he say it? The devil's at the wheel of that Phantom ship. Okay, so 2d6, -1 on saves.
Oh god, a 1 and a 2.
Oh my god, that was literally a complete whiff.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I was so worried about the lady that...
the gun crew's...
Gun crew's on the wrong side of the ship.
They're all forward to the forward division. They thought they were going to fire a broadside. No, not Lady of the Night. Okay. once the ocean gets put back where it belongs. All right, over to the pirates.
Yeah. The Lady of the Night will keep on the... let's see, how far can she move at the moment?
Lady of the Night has a speed of 1. She can't go to full sail because she's lost her forward mast, and the wind is on her starboard bow. So she literally has a movement of 1, and then she can turn. She doesn't have to. She can turn one way or the other.
So she'll move forward 1, and she'll turn to northwest.
Northwest, okay. She has such contempt that she just turned her stern towards 2 British sloops. However, she's going to broadside the hell out of HMS Havoc, it looks like.
Oh, yes.
Alrighty, and Havoc has full sail up, unfortunately. However, you're in the yellow zone. So roll 2 dice because you've lost a cannon on the Havoc.
6 and a 3.
Alrighty. On the Havoc. That was Havoc, right?
Last on the forecastle. Yes, it is, yeah.
Alright, cool. So we have to find the Havoc. Alright, cool. Cool, mast and forecastle. So the mast is hit no matter what. Because full sail's up, and there's no save when you have
6. So
6 it was.
Oh, it was a 6, sorry.
The after.
Reduce speed by 2. Yeah, same game effect, but actually keep track of which one's which. Cool, thanks. And now forecastle, you can save on a 4, 5, or 6, Mr. Gas.
Nope, it's a 1.
Oh no! You lost a cannon as well.
Getting chopped into bits by these guns, even though she's not maneuverable.
It's because
she's a beast.
It's because she's a beast, and yeah, what's saving Rasmus so far are those saving rolls. I mean, Lady of the Night should be like on fire. I'm sorry, Revenge should be broken in half and sunk by now. She's had so many hits. It's just she's saved with like 4 or 5 6s. It's been crazy. No longer in a row though, so there's at least one hit that's actually made it. Okay, so that's it for Lady of the Night. We now go on to the next British ship.
So HMS Lance will move 1 south.
Damn it. Alrighty. HMS Lance moves 1 hex south. Yeah, you don't have to move at full speed. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that that firing counter on there. Okay, also HMS Lance has taken some sail damage? Or is that the one ship that doesn't have sail damage? Nope, she's taking sail damage. Alright, cool. Alright, so she has 1 cannon point left because she's lost her forward battery. However, she's got 1 point left. On the Revenge, roll 1d6.
A 5.
That's a hit on Revenge. Revenge. Even when he does score a hit, it's a hit that doesn't do anything. You've already hit that area. Oh no! Okay, on to the next pirate ship.
So let's see, how can the Revenge move now?
Oh, the Revenge can break... No, because if she wants to make any turns, she has to move 1 hex forward, and Lance has her blocked in. She literally has to stop.
So she'll stop and fire both broadsides.
This is true. She can do that. All right. So which one do you want to do first?
Let's do Galant first.
Okay, Galant, because it's different save values here. Okay, so Revenge still has both her guns, so that's going to be 2d6 on the Galant.
Double 5.
Alrighty. Double 5 on the Galant. Galant does not have full sail up, right?
No.
Okay. So roll to save twice. You have to roll a 6. And you have to roll it twice. So.
No, and no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, cool. So Galant is now down. Can we just say no? Jaguar is still good. It's easier to keep track of what ships have full speed.
That's still okay.
All ships have lost at least 1 mast, except for Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Literally. All right, cool. That's actually true. At least for the British.
Now shoot at Jaguar.
All right, Jaguar now takes the same 2 points, except the saves are going to be a lot easier here. However, Jaguar I think has full sail up.
Yep.
A 5 and a 1.
All right, so the 1 is a miss, and the 5 is a no saves allowed because you have full sail up. Hit on the foremast.
Everybody's now at 2.
So now everyone's a 2. Thanks, because now it's nice for me to keep track of. Nice. That's actually kind of telling, though, because the one, like Gaz was saying earlier, I think for his fleet, the big advantage was maneuverability. So now that you've knocked down a bunch of sails, that takes away like his biggest advantage, or whatever, or one of his big advantages. However, he does have a lot of wood in the water, so he's able to block people in the way he's doing here. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, so now we go over to we go over to a British ship.
Yeah, HMS Jaguar.
Okay.
It's going to move forward 1, and then turn towards the west, and move the last one.
I don't see any. Oh, well, there's Lance, but no, I don't see any targets. Okay, over to a pirate ship.
Well, now we're out on Murder and Mayhem.
Alrighty. The wind is in an unfortunate direction. Although not so. Oh God.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate direction. Yeah. I think both ships.
So
I think
can move it north.
No, I don't. I think both ships are stuck.
No, Murder can swing to north.
Murder can swing her stern because she's right into the wind, so it's her stern. However, Mayhem is still stuck.
And remove those full sail
Totally.
Counters.
Yep. So the one time Mayhem has the wind on her perfect quarter, she has to drop anchor. Oh, Murder and Mayhem. It's okay because the British are getting pretty badly shot up over here, but over here we have like comedy, comedy relief.
It's almost like proving a point that we don't need them.
These guys just want a bigger share of the booty.
Is it the Havoc I think's left and the Ardent? Is that right?
Oh my God. Galant.
I think,
you know what? That's why we do this.
Galant moved first to broadside.
Hold on. I have Galant has moved. Lance has moved.
Yeah,
Jaguar's
and then
moved.
Jaguar moved.
Yeah,
So
the
that
only
leaves-
two in the same area are Ardent and Havoc. So yeah, both of those now move. Because we basically moved both Murder and Mayhem as much as they can.
Lady of the Night's gone as well, hasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. 1, 2, he's got to go on. Then I can't move myself.
So quick reminder, Ardent has no guns, but Havoc does.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just looking at the wind, so I've got a full 6 if I went full sail.
I don't think either ship can go full sail.
Oh no, they're in twos now.
All your ships have lost at least one mast.
Yeah. 1, 2. We'll risk it for a biscuit. Ardent will. Oh, that's tough. Ardent will just head 1 south. In fact, no, because that'll actually block me. Got to move 1 forward, and I can turn north. So basically, Ardent's going to end up dropping anchor. HMS Havoc will move 1 forward and turn north. Move 1. And that should leave 1 left. Yeah. Is that right? Move
Yeah.
1.
So
1
1, 2 is 2 total points of movement.
Yeah.
Oh, because the wind was on your starboard quarter. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you end up in 11-13 and 11-14.
Cool. And we'll see what cannons we've got left.
Havoc has at least 1. Havoc has 1 cannon point she can put into, looks like Lady of the Night. Or Revenge, but Lady of the Night is closer for better saves.
I'm going to go for Revenge.
Okay. That's
Just
legal. 1, 2, 3, so it's 1 dice on the yellow thing.
It's a 5.
Oh no.
That foremaster
Oh,
keep on giving.
That's not
wow.
right. That's not right.
You're losing to the wind, and I'm losing to the sails that catch the wind that are no longer there.
Okay. And last but not least, is Arnett moving at all, or is she just going to stay put?
She's going to head south.
Okay.
Thank you. Wow. Absolute maneuvering carnage.
I think that concludes turn 4.
Is there a set number of turns? Or?
It's whenever the chat gets bored, or whenever you guys want to quit. I didn't see anything but in the rules about that. Last night's game went to 14 turns, but a lot of that was just me trying to get off the table. It was like, by then we each had one ship left, so it was like, go, 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 go. So we definitely do not have to go to 10 turns. These ships do run out of ammunition, powder, and shot pretty quickly, so it's pretty much whenever you guys want.
It's not that I'm bored or anything, it's just...
No, I didn't see anything about turn limits in the rules. And
Cool.
there are no scenarios included in his book, so it's literally up to us. All right,
Cool.
so we now begin with turn 5. Because there's no blazes, nobody's sinking, and all right, cool. There are certain crits for crew morale which don't take effect, but now's when you take them off. There are a few things to do in the end phase, but the end phase is pretty much kind of a joke. All right, so we begin with initiative. 1d6 from each player, please.
3.
5.
Okay, so
At least the wind isn't changing.
The wind did not change for a change. Did not change for a change. And it sounded like Gas got the higher number, so your first activation, Gas.
I'll activate HMS Havoc.
I gotta find it. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I've installed this mess.
We'll move 1 and then turn northeast and move 1 more.
Alrighty,
Alright.
move 1. You're into the wind, so your speed is literally
So
1.
So I can only move 1. So
Yeah.
just a 1 then. And
Cool.
we will fire.
Point blank into Lady of the Night. Nice. And also, Lady of the Night is not able to maneuver for her turn. She's stuck there. Cool. I think Havoc has 1 dice left.
Yes, a 2.
2 on a Lady of the Night. Okay. Rasmus, do me a favor. Fail this saving roll. You have to... no, I'm just kidding. 5 or 6.
I did.
Oh, cool. I'm sorry. What was that? You did or you didn't?
I did. I won.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 5 or 6 is what was required. That's another hit. Oh, wait. That area is already filled up with hits. We have the first crit of the game. So, Lady of the Night. So, the way you get a crit is, number 1, cannot be a mast. Otherwise, Revenge would be like a mushroom cloud by now if mast hits could generate crits. So, it cannot be a mast. The enemy has to fail his save, and if that area is filled up with hits already. So, there's only 1 hitbox in that location, the forecastle. Condition 1 hit, it's not a mast. Condition 2 met. Condition 3, the save was failed. So now we automatically have a crit. Now we just see what kind of crit. Warm up your D6, Mr. Gaz.
It's a 5. So
5.
2 below the waterline here.
Nice. A huge gash appears. Water floods below decks. Something blew up inside the hull, and Lady of the Night is now taking on water.
Found that powder room at last. Got the magazine.
So no effect yet, but okay, one more hit like that and she sinks. Once this fills in, that's it. Game over for that ship. Awesome. So that concludes turn for Mr. HMS Havoc. Good shooting, Mr. Havoc. Where are you? There we go.
He got close enough. Bloody hell.
There's so much going on. Oh, I don't even have the damn cannons going while we have that first good shot of the game. Okay, so now we go on to a pirate's turn. A pirate ship.
We'll do the Revenge, since he got 2 ships in the broadside.
Yep. It looks like broadside is all she can do, because if she moves, she will collide with HMS Galant. So we'll go directly to broadside, it looks like. Revenge still has...
Fire with Galant.
Revenge still has all her guns, so it looks like it's Revenge v Galant. 2 dice against, right? Revenge still has both her guns, yep. So let me find Galant.
And then two against the Jaguar afterwards.
Yeah, but that's against a different save number, so let's do them separately.
Yeah.
Cool, so 2d6 versus Galant.
Number 2 and number 4.
Okay, number 2 is a miss, but number 4 is a hit on the aft castle. -1 to the save because of point blank range, so it's a 5 or a 6.
Oh, I've got some of your luck. 5.
Cool, that bounced. And the other one just straight out west. 2 more dice against HMS Jaguar, although make sure of the range. 1, 2, 3. So it's in the yellow zone, not the green zone. So 2 more dice from the other broadside against the Jaguar Rasmus.
A 3 and a 6.
Okay,
3 and a 5, sorry.
Okay. Normal save numbers here, because no one has full no one has full sail up anymore, except for actually nobody. So Foxhole needs a 4, 5, or a 6 to save.
It's a 6.
Epic, it bounces. Aft mast needs a 5 or a 6 to save.
It's another 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of forgive the pun, a little bit of revenge.
Maybe the wind is blowing the other way.
Alrighty. Holy crap, revenge. You know what? I don't feel sorry for you, man. Just fired double broadsides and I don't think got anything. But then again, the amount of damage revenge should have taken by now. Okay, we go back to a British ship.
HMS Jaguar will move 1 forward and turn south. Move 1.
I don't think she can.
She can only move 1 forward.
Yeah. So the wind is directly astern, so it's her current speed
yeah,
-1. Her new speed is now 2, so that means that her effective speed this turn is 1. She can move forward 1 and turn south, which gives her a broadside on Lady of the Night.
Yeah. I think she's maybe down to 1 gun as well.
Let me check. That's very possible. A lot of these ships now are heavily damaged.
Yeah.
That's when the game slows down a little, when you have a lot of ships damaged instead of a few ships sunk. Jaguar has both her guns. She's just half speed.
Yeah.
She's in the red zone because she's close. Okay.
2 and a 5.
Oh man. On the. Oh crap. Were you aiming high or low?
I didn't state.
Okay, so okay, cool. Odds for high.
Okay. 1, so it's high.
Okay, you're aiming high. So that means that this 5 is here. And what was the other one? A 2?
A 2, so that'd be a miss. Oh no.
No, 2 is another potential crit.
I keep forgetting high. I keep thinking high means just the masts.
Okay, so first we're going to try and save the mast. You have to roll a 6 Rasmus to save the main mast.
I know.
Okay. Reduce speed by 1. Her speed is now 1. That's if the wind's behind her. So she's pretty much stuck in place. Now, try to roll a 5 or 6.
A2.
That is another crit.
Ooh.
So, roll another d6.
Oh, come on. It's a 1.
Oh, a 1. The captain is wounded. The crew is in chaos for the rest of this ship's turn. The ship may not move. Or now we roll another d6 to see which.
No. Yeah.
Yep.
So I roll a 3.
3. The ship cannot fire. Oh man, Rasmus, I'm sorry. The ship cannot fire for the rest of this turn. That ship has not yet had her turn yet, has she?
No.
All right. Well, she just lost her turn. Or at least her gunfire. She can move 1 hex.
Well, she can't even move that 1 hex because she's blocked
with havoc.
Oh my God, Rasmus. We're not laughing at you, Rasmus. We're laughing with you. It's just.
Oh yeah.
It's when the ships get this close and the battle gets this chaotic. Who knows what's going to happen?
And anyway, she couldn't fire at anything because she couldn't move. So Ardent would be the only thing she could actually shoot at. So.
Yeah, she might have sunk the Ardent. Okay, now that comes off at the end of the turn, so that's not like a permanent for the whole turn, the whole game kind of thing. Basically, either the quartermaster or the first mate takes over, or the captain ties the tourniquet on and says, "God damn it, I'm not dead yet, you bastards."
Yeah, it's better that than below the waterline on a 5 or a 6, which would have sunk
That would have just
her.
sunk her right there.
Yeah, so it could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Damn. The Revenge is tougher than the Lady.
Yeah.
I won't do anything against that shit.
So we go over to. I almost feel like I'm being a dick for saying this, but we go over to the pirates for movement.
Yeah. So let's see. Murder
can move if she raises full sail. Can move too.
Yep. So she'll raise full sail, one north, swing.
Yep. And then another one.
Yep.
Or does she want to move north too and then swing so that she's out of Mayhem's way?
No, north two and yes, then swing.
Okay.
That's probably let's get her out of the.
Because Mayhem has got the wind on her port quarter, or starboard quarter. She's really going to move this because she's going to want to move this.
Oh, I know.
Now Murder. Oh God, I lost track of which was which. Murder was this one, right?
Yep.
Do I have that
They've not been
backwards?
engaged, Jim, so they're the same stat line at the minute.
Murder and Mayhem. Yeah, but I want to keep the two the same. Yeah, they're identical ships and they haven't been hit yet.
Murder been the innermost one all the while, so.
Cool. Let me not cover up these awesome looking ship counters that I spent all day in Excel or in Photoshop yesterday. Okay, so now we go back over to a British ship. So the only one to move so far was Havoc, right? Yes.
And Jaguar.
Havoc and Jaguar. Okay, cool.
Slid in, yeah. I think we'll. Oh, that's on my. Just looking at the wind. So I get 2. HMS Galant will activate. Take that 2 move.
Okay, yes, she has the movement of 2 because the wind is on her quarter.
Yeah.
1. Does she just move forward too?
Gonna put her in danger zone.
So she's just moving forward too?
She is, yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's gonna put her round into the side of the lady.
Lady of the Night. Apparently it's oh god, it's a, you know what, I'm not gonna go there. I'm on a public stream. I don't want to embarrass the theme here. Tuffy years. Life is cruel. Why should the afterlife be any different? I will not try and do my Davy Jones impression. 100 years before the mass. We may have some people joining the afterlife here. We haven't lost any ships yet, but it's getting close. Okay, Gallant, fire your broadside, sir. Your Gallant has...
Just a lot.
I say broadside like you have more than one gun. Gallant has... Oh, Gallant has both her guns still.
Oh, got both.
So 2d6.
Low, sorry.
Oh, okay, aiming low.
I missed with a 1 and I hit a 4.
Okay, so the 4 is here in the bow. You're within 2, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So a 5 or a 6 to save on the bow, Mr. Rasmus.
A5.
Cool, it's saved.
Undamaged.
Okay. 100-year war at sea. 100 turns. Oh god, Tuffy wants us to go to 100 turns. The rate we're going with these saves, we might go to 100 turns.
We're out of cannonballs before then. Keep bouncing.
That's when you have like longboats coming in from Tuffy Harbor. Can we buy some shot and cannon, please? Some powder. So the arms dealers in Tuffy Harbor are about to make a killing. The battle. Yeah. So everyone just let's just pause for an hour. Everyone launches longboats. Paddle over here. Get new stuff. Paddle back. Okay. Restart. Somebody
The guy
blows
with
a
a
whistle.
white flag in a 2-oar boat comes sailing into the middle of all this.
Yep. Fresh cannonballs! Cannonballs! Oh, you're willing to pay £3 a cannonball? Do I hear 4? Do I hear 5? Money is the boundless sinew of war. All right. So that was Gallant. So now we go to
Mayhem.
No, Lady of the Night.
Lady of the Night. Technically,
can't do anything, but
Well, she can activate, yeah.
Right. She can activate. She can't move.
And she can't shoot, but
She can't shoot, but she can take up a space in the initiative turn.
Exactly.
So okay, cool. So back over to the British.
So HMS Lance, please.
Okay, got it.
She'll move 1 south and then turn southwest.
Here's where the later turns of the game starts to get a little weird. Because the wind changes direction, but not that much, and even when it changes, it only changes by one facing, is you're kick ass with the wind until all of a sudden you pass the enemy, and now you have to turn back into the wind to re-engage.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I saw them going so slow, and by then you've lost at least one sail, and ugh.
And, yep, she will fire on the Revenge.
Yeah, Tough Ears has got it. Round shot, get your round shot here. It's like a naval version of a Renaissance festival. Okay, oh god, we have multiple choices of. Oh, actually, no, we don't. You can only fire on Revenge.
Should be fine on Revenge.
Yeah. I was gonna say Lady of the Night, but you technically could if you wanted to. But okay, Revenge. By that I mean you can engage the forward hex of Lady of the Night, but for now we'll stick with Revenge. You're point blank. 1, 2, yes. So that gives you -1 to saves. Lance
so has... I actually think the Revenge would block line of sight to the Lady, because the dot in the rear Revenge...
Let me... You know what? We were talking about this before.
Yeah, this is quite a good example.
So let's take a moment.
From my center of my ship, I can't draw a direct line, I don't think, without going through the other ship.
Okay, so... Line of sight... No, it's okay. Line of sight can go from either hex to either hex.
It can, but it's got to start at the center of the ship for the shot, I believe.
Oh, it does say that? Okay. Okay, you may be right. You may be right. If that's the case, then it's the center of the hex. In that case, yeah, it goes through Revenge's aft hex. If that's the rule, then that's actually true.
Line of sight, center to center.
Center of the ship? Or
ship.
Oh, ship to ship.
Ship to ship.
Oh, then in that case we never use the center dots then. Okay, then in that case definitely not.
But it might actually make sense to use them if you want to make it more granular. And if you lost the aft castle, guess what? You can't draw lines from that one either.
Yeah. If we add more rules later, we could do something like in ships of a certain size. Sorry, Lady of the Night. You're able to shoot high and low. You can maybe aim forward or aft or something. We can work on that.
Yeah.
But for now, we're just going to try at least a couple games, chapter and verse.
Yep.
Because this guy is an amateur or whatever. He's not like a professional game designer, to my knowledge. But I've tried a couple of his games now, or a couple of versions, a couple playthroughs of this game, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's light, but it's smooth. So HMS Lance is going to fire a red zone broadside of, I think, 2 guns. Lance still has 2 guns.
I want to say 1.
No, Lance only has 1 gun. You're right. Yeah. So 1 gun, red saves versus Revenge.
1.
Oh, never mind.
It's going to swish.
After all that talk and all that yammering. Because science teacher, I'm sure that harbor has a few ladies of the night in case Rasmus needs a replacement. You have to ask Tuffy Ears. Tuffy Ears, are you the kind of mayor that permits that kind of commerce in your town, or are you a little bit more close-minded? How Anglican is your town? I guess that's what I should. Not to bring religion into it, but okay. So that's it. We now go to a pirate.
Yep. And Mayhem actually get to put the pedal to the metal.
Mayhem's like, finally, we're out of here. Okay, cool. The wind is on her quarter. She gets her full 4 movement unless she raises full sail, in which case she gets 6.
We'll go to full sail, go 6, and just take the 6 straight on.
Alright, her aft hex is technically off the table, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straighten that out a little bit. There you go. Finally, she's free of those islands. She looks over here. She can just see a huge column of smoke over here to the west. Oh, guys, I think we missed something.
The reinforcements are arriving.
Alrighty.
Indeed, yeah. Ben from the YouTube has
asked thank you.
Is the hex in the game?
They don't actually say. That's a good question, Ben. They don't actually say. He doesn't give any kind of. There's no like time limit. The way you figure that out is obviously you don't really look at the size of the ship because all the ships again occupy 2 hexes. So the ships game-wise are all the same size as far as hexes occupied go. You take this the movement rate of the ship and you divide that into the length of time of a turn, and that's how you get a scale for ground scale. But here it's not very. The average ship of this time was 10 to 12 knots at full sail. So that we have partial numbers, but then we don't know how long a turn is. I don't think a turn is very long though, because like we're about to find out, when the captain is wounded, the captain can either be relieved or can recover literally in one turn. So 5 minutes, maybe. Also, you fire your guns basically once every turn. Now that's obviously like a couple salvos from each battery. So again, a turn might be anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes, and the speed is anywhere between 2 and 6, which who knows? We can kind of take a guess at the math, but it doesn't actually say in the game. Is the short answer. How big an actual hex is. Most games nowadays, Ben, don't do that. I know you and I are used to Panzer Leader, where it's like a turn is 6 minutes, a hex is 250 meters or 150 meters, and a unit on the unit function table means that there's 56 men, 4 officers, 2 machine guns, a radio, a one-eyed dog, and a pickup truck. Most modern games, like when I say modern games, I mean like 1990s forwards, don't bother with that because they think it's too much detail, which I disagree with, but that's what most games do nowadays. All that said, HMS Lance is now gone. HMS Mayhem is, or not HMS, the Mayhem is gone. We're over now to a British ship.
I think the HMS Ardent's the only one left.
Jaguar's gone, Havoc's gone, Gallant's gone, Lance is gone. Yeah, Ardent has no guns.
Yeah, so she will move forward 1 and turn southeast. Then move 1, please.
1 and then turn southeast. So basically like that?
Yep, then move our second one.
Oh. How can you be out of ships already? You won initiative, right?
So yeah.
I'm out of ships as well, so.
I go first and last.
Murder's already... Oh, so Murder's already gone. Okay, that's what I had mixed up. Okay, cool. Alright, unfortunately, Ardent is the Ardent the one with no guns, right?
No guns and
okay.
Only one man.
Just move. Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, so that concludes the turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are ladies. I think they are ladies of the day as well. Yeah, if soap operas are to be believed. I think they said like 80% of all cheating in the world takes place in the afternoon, not in the nighttime, when either the wife or husband are still at work. So that's actually probably true.
Or the cheat at work.
So cool. Let me start a new turn. All right, initiative time. 1d6 from each player, please.
5.
3.
Okay. Wind stays the same, but pirates go first.
I won the initiative.
I was gonna say, I think that's the first time you've won initiative so far.
It is, yeah. He's had a bad start, but he's still doing very well when you look at it.
So
he hasn't scored anything completely crippling yet, but he's hobbled your entire fleet. Your whole fleet either has no guns or no movement or both, or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, part of the end phase, that no fire goes away.
Yeah.
The ending phase of the previous turn 5. Wind is still out of the northeast.
We'll start with the Revenge.
Revenge! The wind is on her bow. She literally has 1 point of movement because she's lost the sail.
And she'll move that 1 forward, and then she'll turn straight into the wind.
Okay. Lance is in your broadside. Oh my God, Lance and Jaguar are both in your broadsides.
Yep.
Barely.
That was the whole idea with that move.
Awesome.
Going into the wind, but...
You know what I haven't done these last couple turns? I apologize. This is a travesty. I'm surprised you haven't gotten so mad that you wanted to turn off the stream. Revenge should be getting both broadside little markers here, just so she looks badass. Uh, that's the only reason we play games, is to look cool. Look at that. All right, cool. So Revenge fires off both her broadsides, which again, I don't know if that's entirely realistic, but that's how the game is played. We'll just say you're carrying extra crewmen. That is... Okay, which one do you want to do first?
Let's do Lance first.
Lance, you are in the red zone for Revenge's 2 guns.
4 and a 3.
4 and a 3. I think a 3's a miss.
Oh,
No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, so... That's 1 potential hit. This is 2 potential hits. Awesome. Okay, so first of all, you're point blank, right? You're within 2 hexes.
5s and 6s.
Hold on. 1, 2. Yes, you're within close range. All right, cool. So yeah, first let's save the foxhole. 5 or a 6.
There's a 1.
That's a crit. Because that's a hit on an area that is not a mass and is already filled up. Real quick. Aft castle, you need a 5 or a 6.
That's a 3 as well.
Alright, so that's a hit. Now you now lost all guns. Your guns are now 0, and now Rasmus roll a d6 on the crit table.
A 5.
2 damage.
5 is... I see the 5 there. Yeah, I'm just going through it for the people in the chat. There we see Rasmus's 5. 5 is a great gash appears. Water floods the lower decks. Take 2 below the waterline hits. That is 2 below the waterline hits on that sloop, which is all a sloop needs to go to Davy Jones' locker.
Revenge.
First blood to the pirates.
Okay, so we will go ahead, and that is on the Lance. Now she's still there. She can't fire, but she's still there for maneuvering and for enemy maneuvering, as a navigational and a line of sight factor. So give me 2 seconds here. Change picture. Not change picture. Format picture. Oh, I didn't mean to do that much. Holy crap. Not that it really matters, Jim. Come on. What are you doing? Format picture. Knock it down a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. Not that it really matters. Alright. Cool. Revenge has another broadside against the Jaguar. 1, 2, also within the red zone. 2 more dice against Jaguar red zone.
4 and a 5.
Alright, 5. I mean, it doesn't matter if we save or not, so we will just skip it because it's, an area that doesn't matter. Now, the one that matters over here is the one in number 4. You need a 5 or a 6 to save on that one, Gats.
That's a 6.
That one saves. Nice.
She's sunk 1 though. Bloody hell.
Alright, HMS Lance is going down. Okay,
Indeed.
over to a British ship.
The HMS Jaguar, having been woken up by the fuselage and the sinking of her sister ship, she'll steam south and then turn southwest.
1, 2. That's her maximum speed with the stern on her, with the wind in her quarter when she started.
Yeah.
And she now has a point blank broadside. Actually, she has 2 point blank broadsides.
She does have 2.
All right, so. Although does Jaguar still have all her guns?
She does.
Epic. So you're rolling 4 dice.
2 each
Everything
way.
in the red zone. The red zone.
She's following
Right.
the example of Revenge.
So-
Hopefully she is anyway.
Yeah.
Gets the
Well,
six
so do you want to do Lady of the Night first?
No, I'd like to try and
Sink
concentrate
Revenge?
first shots into the Revenge. Yeah.
Cool. So 2d6 on the Revenge.
2 5s.
4 and a 6.
A 4 and a 6. Okay, so these are potential hits only. So first, Rasmus, you need a 6 to save your aft mast.
Nope.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm on the wrong ship. Sorry. I almost had the Jaguar fire on herself.
Marcus. You're so used to the poor Jaguar.
Getting hammered. Okay, so Revenge's new speed is 0. Revenge is going nowhere. She's lost both her masts. She's dead in the water. Because you did say you did fail that save, right, Rasmus?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
I got distracted. So now the aft castle is a 5 or a 6 because of the range.
A 6.
All right, that one
Nice.
saves.
So cannons are all good.
Yep. She's literally just like she's now a fortress. She's a floating
She's a
pillbox.
gunboat.
Yep.
Can she pivot turn?
She's not moving at all. She is
Not
stuck.
moving at all.
Yeah, she's
She's
no
done
mass.
for the game. There's no
She's
fire.
ready to shoot and get boarded. Are her only things now. Now, Jaguar, on the other hand, has a broadside into Lady of the Night. 2 dice. Are you aiming high or low?
We're gonna go low.
Shoot low. You're point blank. Blast away.
5 and a 3.
3 and a 5. Nice. All right. Let's talk seriously here. What the hell was that? All right. So first of all, let me get them set up. A 5 and a 3. You said. Okay, cool. Av Castle, Rasmus. You need to roll a 5 or a 6.
I won.
That is a fail. Another cannon lost. That ship now has 1 cannon point left. One battery of guns left.
Can
Then-
I lose the last cannon?
Yes. It happened to Arden.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, can you? I'm sorry. I thought you were asking a rules question.
No.
Now's when you board her. She's lost all her guns.
It's not worth nicking now. She's got like 4 crew. There's no way to get repelled and lose a crew member.
A sloop can board a Lady of the Night, or a Lady of the Night. A sloop can board a frigate if she has all her crew. So then it's just 4 to 4. Because remember, it's
She's
can't.
got 2 crew. So I don't fire.
Oh no, because you don't.
versus
The
4.
attackers don't. The attackers don't
So,
count their
it'd
cannon.
be-
Never mind.
Yeah,
I said that.
D6 plus 4 versus D6,
D6 plus 2. You're right.
Oh, yeah,
I had that
She
backwards.
can keep all her cutlasses in their sheaths. How's the down here trying to chase down the revenge?
Sling your hooks, man. Oh God. Okay, so
How
HMS
does
Jack.
boarding actually work?
I'm sorry. You have to be directly abeam of the enemy. When you can't of course be directly abeam, but you have to.
Parallel. Basically,
Yeah.
where they shoot from. The
Right,
first
right now,
hex.
yeah, right now, Gallant. If they were enemy ships, Gallant and
Gallant
Arden
and
could
Arden.
board each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
side
then
by
once
side.
you do that, it's actually kind of simple. You do that instead of firing. You can't fire and board in the same turn. If you declare boarding, you roll a d6 plus the number of boxes you have in crew. Nobody's lost any crew boxes yet, but you can actually lose crew on a crit. So whatever your current crew is, you roll a d6 plus that. The opponent player, the defending player, does the same thing, except he also adds his cannon points. So the
Yes.
defender gets an advantage. Whoever wins that wins the round, and you mark off 1 box of crew on the other side. If it's a tie, the modified numbers are a tie, both sides lose a crew point, and the defender is considered to win. If the attacker wins, the battle continues. You just keep rolling until it resolves all at once. So you just keep fighting the battle, until number
if
one
the
side
defender
wins.
wins, they can choose to
Yeah.
put the grappling hooks,
So
which ends the combat essentially, or they
Exactly.
can choose to counter-attack and board the enemy.
in which
So
case
can-
they become the
enemy
attacker.
can then fire their cannons as well as add their crew.
Yeah,
Yes.
it gets nasty. It's a little bit of a slowdown in the game, but wow, I mean it's literally pirates, man. I mean, avast. That's when you like swing on the rigging into the other ship, and things just get silly.
And now the big question was just whether I could actually get to the Havoc.
Oh,
But I can't move
Not-
Lady of the Night forward because Havoc is blocking me.
yeah. If I read yeah, this is true.
Yeah, we have to be parallel.
Yeah.
Parallel and adjacent. So now we will go to. Oh, sorry. We're over to a pirate ship. So Revenge has gone. It's either Lady of the Night or Murder and Mayhem.
We'll do murder, I think.
Okay, still with the wind in her quarter, she gets full movement. Is she staying at full sail?
She'll stay at full sail. Move one forward.
I'll put the peaceful soundtrack on. 1, okay.
Turns southeast.
Southwest,
Southwest, sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
1, then how many hexes do you move?
The rest of the 6,
2,
so 5.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And then she'll turn back up that direction.
Yep, she's allowed to make 2 turns. So she winds up like that. Sails to the east. Oh, the British say there's 2 more pirate ships joining the battle. Roll for reinforcements. I'm about to bring a Spanish war galleon on the table and just sink everybody. This is our ocean, damn you. Okay, cool. So now we go back to our British ship.
We'll activate HMS Havoc.
Okay.
She
has one movement point, yeah, because she has missing a sail and she's into the wind.
1 north and pivot northeast.
You just determined not to let Lady of the Night go anywhere.
It doesn't help me that much because of Galant being where it is, but you just got to try and keep chipping away at it, unfortunately. As long as I'm not right next to it so I can get boarded.
Also, she can't return she has no guns left. Just keep whaling on her, dude.
Yeah, so HMS Havoc will, I think, believe one shot.
Havoc is... Yeah, we're at the part of the game now where it's like a bunch of people with crutches just swinging at each other. Yeah, it's 1 dice, and then we'll see what gets saved. Are you aiming high or low?
We'll go low.
And a 1, so that's no effect.
So I somehow managed to miss the non-moving massive ships.
That's literally like 50 yards off your bow.
Just off the starboard bow. I think he might have put in the powder and forgot the ball.
The captain is just like wailing on the gun crew with like the flat of his saber. He's sitting right in front of you. What the hell's the matter?
He sent his peg-legged pigeon after him.
There you go. All right, over to a pirate ship.
So, Mayhem. Let's see.
Mayhem gets full movement if she's staying at full sail.
And she'll actually mirror what Murder did. 1 forward, 5 down, turn back to...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turning back to starboard for a northwestern heading. Like so.
Yes.
Epic. Over to our British ship.
We'll activate the HMS Galant, who will move 1, which is all they can do, and pivot 60 degrees northeast.
She could move 2 because the wind's on her quarter, but she doesn't have to.
No, I think, yeah.
And she's going to pivot, you said, to the north?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm assuming a broadside into Lady of the Night?
Yes, we will try. Should have took something bigger.
This is Havoc, right? We just said?
Got one
no, Galant. Sorry.
Galant sorry.
Has... I think she's in the same boat. No pun intended. No, Galant has both guns left.
Both guns.
So 2d6. Are you aiming high or low?
Low.
Okay.
5 and a 6.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so first we'll roll... First of all, let me get potential hits. So potential hit... Potential hits. So I'm leaving him on the line. Okay, so gun deck, you need to roll a 5 or a 6, Mr. Rasmus.
That's 6.
Cool, that one bounces. Stern, you need to roll a 5 or a 6.
Nope.
Alright, that's now a hit on the stern. No effect there, but any further hits there will now cause crits.
It's like bingo. We're almost at a full house.
Oh my god, look at this Lady of the Night. She's just... Nothing's caught fire yet. That's the...
Taking fire and holding on there.
There's a mast and a bow left.
Yeah. The mast and the bow and the captain with a one-legged pirate. A parrot, that's all that's left.
Well, not even the captain. The captain...
That's true. The captain was hit. He's either wounded or he's dead. It's up to you.
It's the second in command now, so...
There you go, the first mate. This is what you get for not voting for me last time we picked the captain. He tosses him overboard. Maybe if we give him the pirate, they'll leave us alone. Oh, nope, they're still shooting at us. Alright, over to a... well, now, technically over to Lady of the Night. Lady of the Night literally cannot move or fire. So now we go, if I'm correct. And meanwhile, Revenge has fired. Mayhem's moved. Murder's moved. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going through the motions. And now we go back to a British ship, HMS Ardent, which has no guns.
No, so move it is.
She's moving literally just 1.
Forward, yep. And she'll pivot in behind the Revenge.
I did that sloppily. Moving in 1 and then pivots. Okay. I believe that concludes the turn. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I think you're correct, yeah.
Okay. And HMS Lance was sinking last turn. No, she was sinking this turn.
This turn, yeah.
Okay, so she remains there as a potential obstacle. I'll go ahead and remove this.
Go under next turn.
Is it okay, guys, if I put my burning counter on there, or will you again protest?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure, because a lot of times people make fun of me for my little burning counters.
No, I don't.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
like the smoke and burning stuff.
Except now I think I got rid of it. All right,
You need a blue splash for when it goes under.
I was thinking about making miscounters, but I was like, that's a touch much, even for
Fog
me.
of War.
Oh, what the hell, man? There we go.
Fog would be quite interesting if you then wrote, if you had a large bank of fog, the other person could write their moves on a sheet of paper, and when they come out of it, because they'd have written their moves, you would plot the whole course as it came out.
The card game on which these... Okay, so if we look at the gaming pieces, or actually the gaming sheets, we see as watermarks behind the information the actual cardboard ships that this was originally made for. So people remember the old stupid Star Wars thing I wrote way back in, I think it was 2015, on Tabletop. It was, hey, I got all these cool little styroprene, air quote, models, playing pieces, whatever you want to call it, but it's only for a silly card game, and I don't really like card games. Let's come up with a tactical game to use these, this huge pile of little boats I have or whatever. That's what this guy did. He basically did for Pirates what I did for Star Wars. And this is what he came up with. I think it's pretty good. What was the point of that whole discussion? Oh, the card game that these styroprene pieces were originally made for, I think is called Pirates of the Spanish Main, and then there's about 10 different variants of that. That card game, I think, was a lot more popular. And there's like some editions of that game that get into all kinds of. They do have fog banks, is what made me think of it. I was looking for some rules confirmations yesterday, and all I kept finding was this trading card game. They have fog banks. They have quote mysterious islands. They have objectives of treasure, moving treasure off of sunken ships, and all this other stuff going on. They have supernatural stuff where you get attacked by mermaids and friggin' krakens and all this silliness. We won't be messing with any of that. Mermaids might be fun, but any of the other stuff.
Monkeys with blunderbusses.
Undead monkey, top that. Yeah, so that game gets really involved. So I might raid that game for some ideas, like you were just talking about fog banks. Yeah, fog banks. Fog banks could be a thing. Fog's not terribly common in the Caribbean, but I tell you what is rain squalls. Rain squalls, nasty storms. I mean, we're literally in the Caribbean, and hello hurricanes. So, now that I got myself totally sidetracked, okay, we're at the end of a turn. Sorry. So, HMS Lance stays there for now. We begin turn 7. To the boats, boys. Plenty of plunder out there. That's true. We are getting to where we might see some boarding here pretty soon. Tough ears. We are working at it. Unless you're talking about people launching boats out of your town to start, looting the wrecks of these ships. Maybe that's what you meant. Have you seen an X? Says Sitrep Podcast. That's you.
He said, "Well, she said about treasure. Have you seen an X? Where do I need to go?" That could be interesting. And if you have to drop some crew to dig for a treasure on an island, while you then try and protect the crew that are doing the dig, we have to give up some of the crew to do it.
We've got little pirate things here for that.
Oh, nice. German X marks the spot. Is that...
I actually had to look up like pirate X. These were originally objective hexes in Sons of Liberty or Battlefield Rebellion, because I didn't want to use the same targeting icon.
Yeah.
But super fast. You know what? There was a faster way to do this, but I'll just leave that for now. Yeah, we do have them.
Cool.
So there on that little island, there's a chest of treasures. There's a chest of treasures. Say that 10 times fast. X marks the spot, and a little pirate Are German roundels on their planes nowadays? Are they actually are German crosses? Are they rounded off like that on the ends?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But we'll leave that for another stream. Meanwhile, we'll begin a new turn with initiative on turn 7.
A4.
4.
Wind changes
Ooh.
direction. All right, so 4, that is an even number, so that means it shifts to the left or clockwise. Right, that's what it says for an even number. It goes to the
Yep.
left, Gas? All right.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Cool. Wind is now out of the southeast.
The way I remember it is, anti-clockwise is odd, just because it's an odd direction.
Oh, okay.
That's how I'm remembering it.
Sweet. So there we go. That's right, because I wrote odds to the right. So
I want that initiative. Unless the wind changes again.
I rolled a 1.
all right, cool. Rasmus has initiative.
Well, I think we'll start with the revenge.
Okay.
It got something in its broadside. Might as well fire it.
Are you going to stop or are you going to move 1 hex?
Oh.
You're allowed to move 1 hex.
Can't move. He's got no sails.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Shut off
All
both
he
his
is
masts.
gun platform.
So he's literally like one of those offshore gun batteries. Yeah,
That's I need to do the revenge before anything else.
you got a point blank on Mr. Jaguar. So shoot on Mr. Jaguar. You have, I think, both batteries. Yeah, a 1, and what was the other one?
3.
A 3. Okay, that's a potential hit. A 5 or 6 to save, Mr. Gas.
It's a 5.
Oh no! So that is no hit. Awesome.
Can you guys see the rolls or not?
Sometimes there's a delay,
Oh.
but yes, I eventually see them because Skype has to switch between the two cameras, and it senses
okay.
when there's motion. So when you throw the dice, hopefully Skype picks up the sensor and will switch over to your camera. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and when it does, it's a little bit of a delay. But it's a game, so we're all in the honor system anyway. So revenge.
Hello, Novus in the house. Hello, Novus.
Oh no, who's back here? Novus Templar has joined us. All right, what's going on, sir? Novus Templar, you're just arriving when the battle is, I would say, getting interesting, but it's also getting frustrating because everyone has missing sails, everyone's missing cannon. This is when it's like a bunch of
Mayhem and Murder are fully capable to do exactly that.
That's true. We have 2 guys here that were initially lost. They got caught in a Sargasso Sea, and now they're finally coming out. Okay, so now we go over to a British ship.
And you can remove the gunfire on the southern side of the range.
Unless you want to fire a broadside into Lance just for spite.
Probably, yeah. But
All right. All right, cool. So then we're now over to a British ship. Thanks very much for coming by, Novus Templar. I haven't seen you in a while. I started to get a little worried, to be perfectly honest. So glad to see you again.
I'm going to activate the HMS Ardent.
HMS Ardent, who has no guns but can still sail.
And we're going to move forward 1 and turn 60 degrees southeast.
Move forward 1 and turn to the southeast. Okay.
Keeps her out of the guns of the gun platform.
I thought maybe you were going to go try a boarding action on Revenge.
It's got its guns up at the minute.
That's true. Yeah, that's also true. Okay, that's why there are players in the game. They pay more attention than I do. Awesome. So we now go to a pirate ship.
Let's go for Mayhem.
Okay. Striking sails or keeping them up?
With striking sails, it's for a movement of 4.
Movement of 3 because the wind's directly behind you now. So remember, when the wind's right behind you, you lose a movement point because only your aft sail's getting any wind.
We'll keep the full sails.
Okay. Full sails, so now your movement is a 5.
So 4 forward. One turn to the southwest. Move one turn to the north west again. Yeah.
So okay. Let me make sure I counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fall forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and end there.
Cool.
It's a bit of a risky business, but.
Then again, everyone else has knockdown sales. Why should you be any different? Even if you lose your sales, it just means you're like everybody else.
Yes. And then we'll fire 2 guns into the rear of Jaguar.
Cool. 2d6. You're in the yellow zone. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Jaguar.
A 6 and a 4.
6 and a 4. Ooh, that's a good one.
All right. Places.
What was the range on that? It was like 3?
3.
All right, so it's yellow.
3 half mast.
Yep.
That's a 5.
That's a success on the save. Then we go over to the aft castle. 4, 5, or 6.
Is a 5.
Nice.
Jaguar is turning into your revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was following the example. It's definitely been the one that's got its claws out of the group that I've got.
That's that solid English oak. Oh, he's at ground zero. He's firing broadsides off both beams. He's such like, bring it.
He's ready for it all, isn't he?
Have a wee taste of that.
Havoc and Mayhem, I feel like there's a name battle going on there. So Havoc's going to activate next and sail forward.
You literally have a movement rate of 1.
Yeah, so sail forward 1 and then pivot, north.
Straight north, all right. You've got
Put him in the bracket.
Yeah, you definitely got him on arc-wise. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's still yellow, yeah.
Yeah. I believe Havoc's just got a single gun.
We'll find out in a moment. You know what I should do? I should make new versions of these stupid little gun things that I'm so obsessed with, where they actually count how many guns. So as long as we're going to have them, actually have them do something for the game. Cool, I think I'll do that, but at a later time. So, I'm sorry, that was Havoc? Havoc has one gun left, yep, on the yellow.
He scored a 4 on
on the Mayhem, that is 1 normal save. Mayhem.
No save.
So that was no save on the aft castle, right? You rolled a 4, Jazz?
Yes.
Cool, that is 1 cannon lost.
Oof.
Yeah, we're Nova Stumblr. We're entering the guys in wheelchairs swinging canes at each other phase of the game, because everyone's got so much damage that it's becoming difficult to really wail on each other too much. Okay, over to a pirate ship.
The Lady of the Night will actually move 1 forward.
She can move, but she cannot fire. She has a movement rate of
1.
And that's only because the wind is directly behind her, which means she actually has a movement of 0. We literally have to wait for the wind to change. So her maximum speed, let me make sure I'm doing that right. 1 mast loses 1, 1 mast loses 1. She started off at 3. She's at 1. And that means that when the wind is right behind her, your speed... Oh, you know what? You always have a movement of 1. It does say that in the rules. Okay, so, all right. You want to move forward 1?
Move forward 1, yep.
Okay. Click. And you can't turn. So, yeah.
No, but this forces Galant to not move and not shoot at me.
This is true. Okay, Lady of the Night is, Lady of the Night.
It's actually moving.
Yeah, oh my god.
For the first time in how long?
Well, she got boxed in like this whirlpool of wood and cannons and pain and sadness and misery and... Okay, we go over now to a British ship.
HMS Jaguar, please.
Okay. Wind is on her quarter. She has 2 movement points.
She'll move forward 2.
Okay, I don't think she has any targets.
No.
Okay.
Ah,
Ooh, the guns fall ominously silent.
The Galant kind of blocks the northern broadside.
Totally, yeah. Totally blocks the southern, yeah, and there's nothing to the south, so yeah. Jaguar has no targets at the moment. Okay, over to a pirate ship.
Well, murder.
That's the only one left, right?
Yeah.
Is she keeping her sails up?
Is keeping her sails up. She'll move the one forward.
Yep.
Four, and then four down. Turn one
two,
to southeast.
3, 4.
Yep.
And then that's as far as she can move. Is she making any more turns?
No, we'll just leave her there, like that.
Just like that? Okay, cool. So she does make one more turn. But okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was debating whether I wanted to make it or not, so there we go.
Sweet. Last looks. Is that everyone moved and fired?
No, HMS Galant's not done yet.
Galant. Okay, cool. The wind is on her quarter, so she gets her full movement. She's missing sails, so her movement is 2.
She can't move forward.
Anyway,
she has to literally stop.
so she will fire at Revenge.
Yes, that is possible. With the new rules as we understand them now, the center of the ship, so I'm going to put that on the center between the 2 hexes.
You wouldn't need to with this because it's in the gun, the gun template.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Well, just because it's in the gun template doesn't mean that it's doesn't block line of sight. Yeah.
You'd have to literally, yeah.
But yeah, center of the Gallant's hexes to the center of Revenge's hexes. Yeah, you got a clear line of sight. So that. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yes, you have line of sight. Here's the long and short of it, but it's close because this HMS Jaguar occupies these 2 hexes, and that's the whole hex. Yeah. So where that line comes close to that corner is the margin of error. It was close. But for now, yes.
I think that might be why he meant middle to middle, just to give you those, those angles.
Yeah. Also, not every hex map in the world has these dots in the center. Note if you're ever going to buy, I don't know if anyone gets into hex gaming, if you're going to buy any hex grids and you want to try out hex gaming for real, try to buy one that has dots in the center. More good games use center dots than don't. So try to find one that has center dots if you're ever going to buy a hex grid, like a drawing mat or a blank sheet or roll D20 or virtual tabletop. Try to put centers in your center dots in your hex grid. Oh my god, I got the satellite view. I went out way too far. All right, so Galant has a broadside. When I say broadside, I mean it. She still has 2 guns.
She does.
On Revenge, 1, 2, 3, 4, still in the yellow zone, barely. So 2 dice against Revenge in the yellow.
A 6 and a 1.
1 misses. The 6 is a hit on the Revenge's mass, which has already been hit, so it does no additional damage.
Yeah.
But I still put the hit on there because I like to see how many times a ship's been hammered.
How absorbent. I'm pretty sure it took a lot more than that at the beginning when we didn't stack them all.
Oh no, they just kept saving.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to put on this for saves, but for successful hits, yeah, that mast. Revenge is going nowhere until somebody tows her, or brings a new mast out there. And hey, Tough Ears, in your harbor, do you sell masts? Revenge could buy one.
Oh, just a pair of oars.
Oh, there you go.
Treat it as becalmed. Just get the crew out the front.
Yeah, just literally start rowing the ship forward at like 1 knot. All right, so yeah, they should have rules for that eventually. You wouldn't do that in combat, so yeah, dumb idea.
Oh, you just abandon the bloody ship.
Yeah.
No, but if we start to look at something like the Mediterranean, where they have gallants still on the oars.
Oh yeah.
At this time, then it has suddenly become interesting.
I would not be opposed to such an idea in the future. If anyone ever saw the live stream I got to do, very, very fortunate, with not only Justin in the studio, but Mike with Firelock Games. he was talking about Oak and Iron releases for the Barbary Pirates, and my ears went up like a hungry dog, because that's the Marine Corps' first battle overseas. Actually, America's first real battle overseas, or first expeditionary force. 1805, U.S. Marines versus Barbary Pirates. So when they say from the halls of Montezuma to the halls of Tripoli, or to the shores of Tripoli, that's what they're talking about.
It's not Tripoli in the Second World War.
So we are now all done with turn 9. Is that correct? Last looks?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay, let's do the end phase. End phase. HMS Lance finally finished the sinking. So that's the end of HMS Lance. Come on, go away. Just put that down there for now. Ooh.
We might need it soon.
I went out way too far again. God damn it. I keep doing that. It's funny you asked. You have a 2-4-1 at the moment. Oh, 2 for 1. Okay, so what 2 hexes was she in? She was in 15, 17, and... Okay. Please go to the next tab. 15, 17... Oh, I just realized I made this hex the wrong size. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, I'll just make it a little bit bigger for now. Alright, so there we have a sinking ship. Or the hell with it. I just realized I made this this piece the wrong size. It only covers 1 hex, not 2 hexes. Never mind. I made a little sinking ship marker there. Okay, enough delays. Let's roll initiative.
A6.
Okay, the Pirates win initiative again. So first, the wind stays the same out of the southeast, and let's go ahead and move a pirate ship first.
Well, we'll move the Lady of the Night and she'll try to board Havoc.
Okay, so her aft hex is in 12, 13.
Yeah, so 1 forward.
1 forward, turns to the north, and she is now in boarding range and in boarding position. Oh no! Come on, machine, give me a break. Okay, so Lady of the Night is going to try. Okay, it's the first time I've tried a boarding in this game, so let's go through it slowly but surely. Okay, Lady of the Night is now grappled up beside HMS Havoc for a pirate boarding of a British sloop. Classic pirates. Awesome. They're the first 2 ships in the roster there. Okay, so it's 4 crew because he's got 4 crew, and it's his 2 crew, and he's got 1 cannon point left. So, Lady of the Night, roll a d6, add 4. HMS Havoc, roll 1d6, add 3.
9.
5.
A modified 5?
That's total.
Total 5, total 9. The Pirates win. That means that HMS Havoc loses a crew point. Okay, does the attackers have won? The boarding action continues. Does the attacker want to continue the board?
Oh, yes.
Cool. Now you roll a d6 plus 4. Meanwhile, Havoc rolls d6 plus 2. 1 for crew, 1 for cannon. Oh no, 1.
5,
Modified
6.
5.
Modified 5. What was yours?
6 in total.
Modified 6. Borders repelled. So that's now a hit on that. Do you cut grapples or do you counter board?
We're going to cut grapples.
Cut grapples. That's the end of the melee phase. But that's down 1 crew. Like Havoc didn't have enough problems. Okay, over now to the next ship. You know what that one was, Rasmus? That was like your quartermaster got hit.
Yep.
Or like your chief, like your senior enlisted man. And the crew got dispirited. Because you went from a good roll, you went from like a 5 to a 1. That's just the fate of the dice. Okay, so over to a British ship.
HMS Havoc.
It says, get the hell out of here.
Yes.
Okay. Has 2 movement points. No,
She rolled
1. 1. Because she's lost sails. Oh, no, she's lost
No,
sails.
no,
She has
still
movement
got
too.
two.
Sorry.
Because of the wind. Yeah. So she will move forward 1 and pivot northeast.
She will move 1 and pivot northeast. Move 1 and pivot northeast. Oh, northeast, dummy. Cool. Does she
And
move
she'll
another
take
one?
a second. Yeah, she'll
Okay.
take a second point then. And she will engage Mayhem.
Broadside versus Mayhem, although she's only got 1 gun battery, I think.
Yeah, only 1 crew member to fire it as well.
Alright, so that is 1 dice, and you're in the yellow zone.
A 6.
6 versus Mayhem, who is full sail, so no saves
So
allowed.
take out our rigging.
Um,
Welcome to the 2 movement zone.
Mayhem was hit before, and we allowed her a save, didn't we? I think we may have screwed that up before. But didn't she take a hit here, and Rasmus rolled a save on that?
I can't remember.
On Mayhem?
Possibly, I think so.
It doesn't
yeah.
matter now, but yeah, because now she's lost the mast. So remember, she took 2 hits. She failed to save on the aft, and that's my fault because I forgot she was at full sail. All right, she's not on full sail anymore. Okay, cool. So the only ship with full movement now is still Mr. Murder. All right, speaking of which, let's go over to a pirate ship.
We'll do the Revenge. That'll shoot at Havoc.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You do have her in arc, barely, and it's long range. So it's green zone, but you've got 2 guns.
Before they get taken away from me. 5.
5 on Mr. Havoc. Okay, Mr. Havoc. Oh no, oh, that's 4 mast. Okay, so roll a 4, 5, or 6 to save twice.
I got a 4 on the first one.
Yep, that's a save.
And I got a 2 on the second.
No save.
So
now Havoc is not moving anywhere. Her new speed is 0. She's lost both her masts, both her forward and her aft mast.
Welcome to the we're not moving.
welcome to the shore battery phase.
The good thing is we're both in range of each other.
We'll just literally yeah. Havoc and Revenge are just gonna have their own battle now.
You're at maximum range.
Everybody else, leave us alone. This is now personal. Revenge,
this is now a duel.
Revenge is probably gonna win that battle because Revenge still has all her guns. Okay, so now we go over to a British ship.
It's going to have to be the Galant, I think.
Galant can fire.
Yeah. So we'll engage the Revenge, having just popped the Havoc.
Cool. Galant has both her guns, right? No, I think it's just 1.
Down to 1. I think Jaguar's the only one with 2 left now.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Galant's got.
Yeah, Galant's
2.
still got 2
Jaguar's
two
got
guns.
2, yeah.
All right, cool. So 2 dice.
Cool.
I think you're still in the yellow zone.
Oh, 5.
Nice.
So fresh air as we just hit the
Oh my god.
sky above the Revenge.
That 4 master, there might be a splinter left of it, but
I don't know what they're lining up on, and I really don't.
Stop aiming high, damn
There
you!
must be some serious swells near that boat. We keep aiming for the deck, and the swell just drops away, and we
She winds up hitting the crow's nest. The poor guy in the forward crow's nest, he's literally just like paste right now on a charred wooden pole. Oh
like Barabon Munchausen, he's catching cannonballs backwards and forwards.
well, we'll do the Mayhem in that case.
Okay.
And he got a movement of 1.
1. Yep. 2 reduced to 1 because of wind. Yep.
So he'll move the 1 forward, then he'll turn straight north.
1 forward, straight north. Tuffy Ear says he's willing to sell people ships for cash.
No questions asked.
Yep.
And
Are you underwater in your ship? Yeah, like when people sell used cars, you talk about are you underwater in the pavements? Underwater in a ship has a whole different meaning. Okay, so we have broadsides. We can hit Havoc.
We'll hit Havoc.
That's it.
Yep.
Cool. Havoc, you're in the yellow zone.
Only got one gun left, I think, on Mayhem.
No, Havoc has one sail left. I mean, Mayhem has both her guns left. No, she doesn't. You're right. Sorry. So one gun in the yellow zone. Two.
Nothing. Yep.
That's a miss against the sloop. Okay, cool. Okay, over to a British ship.
We'll activate the HMS Ardent. We'll move one forward and then turn. Oh no, it won't. It will just pivot south.
Well, it has to move at least one before it can pivot.
Not when the wind's directly.
Oh, the wind. Yes. Thank you.
I just realised at the same time.
The wind is literally pointing right at you.
Yeah.
It's the only time yet you can do this. And ironically, it's the time when it's all you can do. It's kind of a rules exception. Just so ships don't get like permanently stuck. Cool. So HMS Ardent is stuck there. She has a great broadside shot on Revenge. If only she had any guns. Alrighty. I think we're over now to Mr. Murderer.
Yeah. And it's either 5 on full or 3 on...
half sail, yep.
Half sail. We'll go 3 on half sail. We'll move the 3 straight forward and then turn north.
1, 2, 3. Again, I always measure by the stern. Up to north. Cool. I think she has some long-range gunfire, possible.
I think we got some long range on Galant.
Yep, barely, but you got it. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're just out of range.
Yeah. Whew, that was close.
Well, Murder will end up there.
Cool. I'm just making sure you have no other line of sight. Okay, cool. I think that's it for movement, right? Have we moved everyone?
No,
Jaguar.
To go.
I'm sorry, which one?
Jaguar.
Jaguar hasn't moved yet?
Nope.
You are correct. Cool. That's right.
She'll move one forward.
I'm so used to Gaz winning initiative. She has 2 points of movement with the wind on recorder.
Yeah.
Alright, so she moves one forward. Yep.
We'll turn northwest. Then move one more, please.
1, 2. Alrighty. Yeah, the range is starting to open up. Like the two fleets have kind of passed through each other, and now they're like, "Turn around, damn it! This isn't over yet." Oh God. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start building term limits into these games. I'm not saying we have to stop this anytime soon. I mean, as long as everyone's still engaged, we're totally cool. But this is where it's like, okay, everyone's been damaged. Who's literally lost more or whatever? But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and start turn 10 and 1d6 for each player, please, for initiative.
4.
6.
Cool. So the pirates win again. Pirate first movement.
Let's see. We'll go for Mayhem.
Okay.
And the wind being what it is, she got 2 movement.
Yep. Because she's lost the mast.
So she'll move 2 straight up.
1, 2. That gives her a point-blank broad or close-range broadside on HMS Havoc. Mayhem still has 1 gun.
1 gun.
Cool. Yep. 1d6 versus Havoc.
A 6. So we shoot some more of that mast off.
All right.
We need to retrain our gunners, Rasmus. I'm pretty sure we need to.
Yeah.
Need to get them back to
shoot for the
skill.
meat of the ship instead.
Alrighty. Next ship is a British ship.
I'm going to survey HMS Galant to engage Revenge.
Okay, you've got that line of sight. So Galant has 2 guns left still, right?
Yes, her and Jaguar.
Cool. 2d6, you're in the yellow zone.
2 and a 4.
There you go. No more sales. 2 and a 4 on the revenge.
2's a miss.
2's a miss, but 4 is aft castle. You're a 4, 5, or 6 to save, Rasmus.
A 5.
That's a save. So I'll just go
And he's
ahead
back.
and... Yep, well, the save master's back. Then we go over to a pirate ship. Revenge has 2 choices, even though she's immobile.
No, she only got 1 target.
1, 2, 3, 4. Havoc she can hit, although it's at long range.
Yeah.
And
But Galant isn't in her broadside.
Galant is 1, 2. Oh, that's right. I was thinking, if Galant she shot at revenge, the reverse is true. No, dummy, this isn't Panzer Leader. Sorry, you're right. You're absolutely right.
This isn't Panzer Leader or Darkstar or...
You wish you had Jim. You wish it was Panzer Leader, but no, it's not. Stop trying to make everything Panzer Leader.
Let's see. Galant have gone. We'll take Lady of the Night. She got 1 movement.
Yep, because the wind's on her quarter.
So she'll move 1 forward.
Click, and he turns.
Not yet.
Okay. Over to a British ship. Because Lady of the
We're
Night
going
has
to
no guns.
activate HMS Jaguar.
Yep.
And
She has a move of 1, because the wind's
so she'll just move 1 forward.
And he turns
No. And she'll engage Lady of the Night.
with a 2 dice in the 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 dice in the yellow zone.
Yep.
High or low?
Oh yeah, good call.
Low, sorry.
Yep.
A 4 and a 2. There's no point going high at this stage. So.
4 and a
all the
2.
damage is on the decks, so I'll try and chip
All
away.
right, so 4, Rasmus, you have to roll a 4, 5, or 6.
Nope.
Boom. That is another hit, but you've already lost all your guns. Okay, and what was the other one? A 2?
2, yeah.
I think that's a forecastle.
Oh, okay. All right, well, back up. Back up. I'm trying to cheat. 4 castle. Sorry. Okay, so the 4 stays. We know about that. Come on, machine. And now the 4 castle, that's because I shouldn't cover up the 2 like that. In fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and start doing this. I'll put the first hit next to the 2 so I don't... Yeah. Okay, so there's already been 2 hits there, so it's definitely full. Rasmus, try to save with a 4, 5, or 6.
Nope.
Boom. Crit. D6 on the crit table, Mr. Gas.
It's a 5.
That is 1. Sunken frigates. Great gash appears. Water floods lower decks. Take 2 more below the... I say 2 more. 2 more below the waterline hits.
Take 2 below the waterline hits.
2 more below the waterline hits.
Yep.
Because she already has 2. So 2 more. Hurry up, machine. Give me the copy. It's the first cool thing that's happened in the game. Boom.
That's not true.
That's true. He sunk the Lance. We actually have 2 sinkings now. All right. Lady of the Night is now taking on water. Abandoned ship. She is at that point where the captain knows there's no coming back. It's time to go over the side. Luckily, Tuffy Harbor is right over there. It's like a 500 yards. So this is why Ben was asking how many yards are in a hex. How far away that beach is. Because there's a bunch of ladies of the night to take care of the men of ladies of the night.
You have to roll a d6 for each hex for shark attack, do you?
This is the Caribbean. It's actually not a bad... Oh, God.
There might be some blood in this water, let's be honest.
That's about once we start to look at campaign rules.
Yeah, that's it. See if your crew survives so you can pick them up on the island. That'd be very cool.
Alrighty. So, awesome. We go over now to a pirate ship.
Well, we might as well do the revenge then and take her 2 shots at Havoc.
Okay, it's in the green zone because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One's a miss and the other one's a 4. That's a hit.
No.
So that would go here. I should have the cannons turned on while the frigate's sinking. The cannon sound effects. I don't think you guys don't hear any sound effects in Skype, do you?
Not really.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So yeah, people hear it in chat. Release the battle dolphins. Cool. First ship-to-ship missile. Alrighty, so okay, so that was a 4 on Havoc. 4 on Havoc. Oh, aft castle. Okay, roll a 3, 4, 5, or 6 because of extended range.
It's a 4.
That's a save, so no effect on that.
Would have been nice, but
Hey. Over to a British ship.
So Gallant's fired, Jaguar's fired. I think Havoc hasn't.
I don't think so.
Because you went first, didn't you, on
Yep.
this one?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll fire the Havoc then.
Okay, Havoc has
1, 2,
literally
3, 4.
legit 2 choices.
And we're going to fire at Murder.
Okay. It's an extended range shot. Let me make triple short. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick inward. 1, 2. Her forward hex is on the absolute corner of your template. But, yes. So Havoc has 1 gun left, right?
It's a 2.
2, so that's a miss.
Yep. Long range.
suddenly everything else became academical.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the turn, right?
Have I moved murder?
Oh, I don't think so. I'll have a quick way to find out.
I've still got evidence as well to move.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, we're not at the end of the turn yet. Alright, cool. Murderer goes first.
And let's see, she got full movement, so she got 4.
Yep.
So she'll move 4 straight forward.
1, 2, 3, 4. This almost feels weird. Remember when the whole fleet was moving like this?
And then she'll fire her 2 guns into Havoc.
Go for it.
A 4 and a 2.
2 is a miss, but the 4 is a hit on Mr. Havoc. It's yellow range, right? Except it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Except it's no bonus to the save. 4, 5, or 6.
That's 3. Nope,
That's
that's 3.
Nope, that's a hit. Havoc now has no guns.
That's how we like it. Don't like
British
that,
have no
that
guns.
Brits shooting us at us.
So Lance is toast. Lance is literally at Davy Jones' locker. Havoc, the only ship he had left to fire, he now just lost his guns. And he's also not moving. Havoc is now a straight out derelict. She's not moving or firing. And she has 1 crew point left. I think it's time for a boarding action.
I tried.
I know. You were halfway there. So just
If I had just been able to roll over a 1.
that one kind of screwed you, yeah. Okay, Havoc is a derelict ship. She's not moving. She's not firing. Lady of the Night is sinking. Lance has sunk. We just now... I think that's it for the turn, right? Because the only ship you had left was Havoc.
Ardent.
Oh, Ardent was the one you haven't fired yet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ardent. Sorry, go ahead.
Which has no
I
guns.
just
But
move south 1 and then go southwest. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause she was steering into the wind. Cool. I think that's it for the turn. I know I've said that 3 times now, but are we sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this time it is it for the turn, yep.
Yeah. James, you keep saying that. I think this time it's finally true. Okay, so Lady of the Night, we know is now sinking. So now is when, if you were playing physically, you turn the counter on its side. The ship is now considered sinking. She remains there for line of sight and navigation purposes. She blocks line of sight for 1 more turn. Because it takes her a few minutes to sink. That's another way I guess we can approximate how long a turn lasts. Once we know how long a turn lasts, we can then cross-reference that versus the average speed in this game and come up with an approximate round scale to answer Ben's question before. Speaking of which, anything going on YouTube? I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, we're talking about scurvy.
So many good innuendos. Novus Templar, I was very disappointed. Novus Templar, nobody picked a pinnace to play in their game. Everyone knows what a pinnace is, the smallest scale ship in the game. I was very upset because I mean we could have had fun with that, although not really. Gianna sends me a Skype message after the stream. James, you can't be talking like that on the stream. We're gonna get kicked off of Twitch.
Well, it's fine as long as you've got a merchant man in front of it.
Yeah, once once Rasmus named his flagship Lady of the Night, it was on after that. It was like, oh, she's a big girl, you know, and then like everyone ganged up on her. I'm like, I guess it's group night at the local brothel, but oh, that's gross. Never mind. Let's move swiftly forward. Yeah, you're right. It's actually pretty tame now, Nova Summer. It was really bad earlier. Okay, so that was turn 10. Do you guys want to stop or do you guys want to keep going? You want to get at least one boarding action done?
I'll let Rasmus decide.
I'm fine with continuing.
All right.
I need to find some dinner at some point, but it's only 5:30, so I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, it is 10:30 for people in the UK, but again, guys, if you need to take off, we definitely appreciate it. But for now, we're going to keep going forward. The turns are going fast. Now we have less ships, and we all kind of know the rules at this point. So turn 11 begins with initiative.
3.
2.
Okay, British wind initiative. Wind remains constant. First British ship. If you don't want to move, you could always take Havoc's turn now. That's actually true. I'm only half kidding when I say that.
So, yes, I am actually going to take Ardent's turn first.
Okay. The wind is in your quarter, so you have 2 movement points.
Cool. So basically, they're going to head off the board. They're going to save the ship.
Okay. Any turns, or are you just going to stay there for now?
They'll just keep chugging along. I might need it to eat up some time.
Alrighty. Then we go to a pirate ship.
We'll go with Mayhem, which will move 1 forward, and then until it. Yeah, the turn with the wind in her back.
All right. She now turns to the northwest, presenting full broadside to. Well, HMS Havoc is technically is not sunk. She's still there, but she's just powerless. Mayhem has only 1 gun left, right?
Yeah, and I can't see the Gallant, can I?
Ooh, good question. Where's my measuring stick? That is a good question. Center of the ship. Center of the ship. No, HMS Havoc blocks.
Yeah, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she's also out of range.
We'll we'll miss the Havoc anyway, so.
No worries. Over to the British.
HMS Havoc will advance 1.
HMS Havoc will not advance 1.
Oh, she's got no sails.
She has no sails or guns. She is literally a derelict.
But she will spin on the spot. So she'll just sit there. But she'll activate.
She'll activate. Okay, so it's a pause in the turn sequence. Over to the...
My crew member will run around the deck in circles and then stop and realise he's about to get boarded by 2 enemy ships.
Murder will go 2 forward.
Alright, full movement, so she gets 4 with the wind on her quarter.
Yep.
2.
Turn northwest.
Yep.
And move another 2.
1608.
And then switch back to pointing north.
Oh, okay.
For the wind.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad call. Then we go to the British. I'm looking at Jaguar and Galant.
Galant will activate next, move forward 1. Turn northeast and move forward a second one.
I'm looking at a broadside, starboard broadside on the Revenge. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in the yellow.
Yeah.
Oh no! 2 misses. Everyone's getting tired.
I will have my revenge.
I can't even hit a sitting target that's been sat there for a couple of weeks.
Okay, over to the pirates.
And I've got the revenge left, so the revenge will try to have its revenge.
I'm going to put 2 into the pirate ship that's going down. Look, they both hit. The bigger one.
Oh, there you go.
A 3 and a 6.
Starboard side. Will you pay attention to port side? In fact, guys, switch batteries right now. Port side crews on starboard guns and vice versa. Okay, so Revenge 1, 2, 3. You're in the yellow zone. You have 2 guns left. Did you already roll?
Yeah. 3 and a 6.
A 3 and a 6. Cool. That's on Galant.
You got it.
3 and a 6. Where the hell are you? Okay. 3 and a 6. Okay, so first we'll roll the 3. You need a 4, 5, or 6 to save.
I get a 5.
That's a save. Then we need a 6. You need a 5 or 6 to save.
That's a 1.
Okay, Galant is now not moving anywhere. She's lost both of her sails.
Number 2.
So we got the new sitting here trading off shots.
Now that you've killed my other guy.
Oh my god.
Let's see, the British have 2 guns left.
Yeah, we're coming up on the point where it's like, okay, the 2 sides have now run out of powder, and yeah. Okay, so how about we go to the end of turn 12? How about that? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else have to move or fire, or do we do everything?
Jaguar's not gone yet.
Okay, cool.
So it'll have to advance 1.
Yeah, and then
turn north, and that's it.
Turn north?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, in fact, I can turn twice, can't I?
No, because you can never. I don't think you can ever turn twice in 1 hex.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
So the rule reads: a legal move consists of moving forward 1 hex and then making a 60-degree turn.
Cool.
So I take that as you can't take 2 turns in 1 hex.
Cool, and that's the end of my turn then.
I should take that fire counter off because I don't think he has anything to shoot at.
No, he's out of range.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Exactly.
barely. Alright, cool. So that's the end of the turn. Lady of the Night completes her sinking. And oh no! A fire broke out somewhere in Tuffy's Harbor for some reason. Someone...
Jaguar shot.
That's just a place for me to store it. Here, someone's got a bonfire going on the beach watching the party. Now that the sun's gone down, they have a bonfire going on the beach for the rest of the party. Okay, so we'll begin turn 12. Gotta wrap things up.
I don't want the initiative.
4.
Okay, Rasmus?
1.
Okay, 1. So that is British wind initiative. Wind remains constant out of the southeast.
HMS Galant will fire on Revenge.
Galant and Revenge. Those are both 0 movement ships. Yep. They're literally just keep firing till we run out of powder. All right, Galant has... Do both ships have both guns? No.
Yeah.
Galant has both guns. I know Revenge has both guns. Galant has both guns as well. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 guns.
Oh!
6 and a
5
5. All right, yellows.
You killed my mast.
Yeah,
Oh my
I know.
god, with the mast already. Jeez. All
First
right.
saved and Sing saved didn't get in, so the Foremast if you want to give it another hit.
Which one failed to save?
The 5.
So the forward mast has now been hit 6 times.
That's painful.
It is.
Keep hitting there when you hit. It's
That's annoying. We may come up with almost like for Darkstar, we have battle upgrades, where it's you can change that by 1. Like if you roll a 6, you can change it to a 5. If you roll a 4, you can change it to a 2 or a 3. No, sorry. If you roll a 3, you can change it to a 2 or a 4. I don't know. It's way too early in the process to start thinking about that. But yeah, that must be frustrating. I can only imagine.
Well, let's see. Mayhem got a movement of 2 with the wind as it is, so we'll do revenge first.
Okay. 2 dice versus Gallant.
A 5 and a 3.
nice. So one's sail and the other one's on the actual body. I think that's already damaged, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, 3. Oh, no, so.
Alright, so it doesn't really matter, but just for that. And now for the 3, you have to roll a 4, 5, or 6. You roll the 4, success. Cool. Yeah, that battle's going to go on until literally the sun goes down and the 2 ships can't see each other.
Well, I think the sun is about to go down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turn 12.
First, the guys, I think. They're all going to go to the pub after this.
They're going to run out of powder, yeah. After this battle, they're just going to have longboats go, meet in Hex 14-14 and just shake hands. Yeah, it was a good match, guys. We'll get you next time. Okay, so that's Revenge and Gallant gone. We now go back to a British ship.
Neither of mine can maneuver to be in range of anything, so I'll just give up those turns.
Okay, so I'll just say that Ardent is still cruising off the map.
Yeah.
To break off the action. Over to a pirate ship.
Yeah, let's see. Mayhem will go forward 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, forward 1.
Yeah. Cool.
Forward 1. Turn 1 to southeast or southwest. Sorry.
Okay. She's giving up broadside when she does that.
Okay. Yeah, but the broadside into the Havoc, I don't know if that gives me anything. Can't see anything else.
Yeah, but so.
Yeah, I can't get that down to board anyway, so never mind.
So stay there and put a broadside in Havoc.
Yeah.
Cool. Mayhem, roll 1 dice. Is a 2. And that's a miss. After all that rigmarole. Yeah, we're in that phase of the game where it's ugh. Yeah, I think this is going to be a game. It's good testing. Good testing, I should say. I think we're going to have to start setting up turn limits. Turn limits. Not term limits. We're not politicians. Okay, over to Mr. Murderer. Oh, sorry, over to the British. You want to do anything special with Mr. Jaguar?
Range now, I think. So I'll move forward 1, pivot northeast, move forward 1, pivot north.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's still nothing in range. It's just 2 friendly ships in the way. So then we go to Murderer. It's the last ship to go.
Move forward 1. Turn northwest.
Yep.
Move 3 more.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean that's. I can't on 2 turns get anything in the range, so.
If you turn.
Right
now you're facing that way. If you don't turn 1, 2, 3, now you're just out of range. And if you stay back to keep in your arc, now you're blocked by line of sight.
Oh, yep.
So yeah, either way, that's kind of a screwed up thing there.
And that fits for Murder that they haven't really done anything in the game. Why do anything in the last turn?
I think is that it for both sides now?
Yeah, that's it for me.
Gallant and Revenge are both gone. Jaguar can't get to anything. Ardent's breaking off. Havoc and Galant are sitting still. Mayhem fired. Murder moved. Cool. I think that.
Can I fire Jaguar at Tuffy Harbour, please?
Sure. They actually, you know what? They do have rules for shore fortifications. A 5 and a 3. All right, so let me check my charts here. A 3 is the tavern. A 5 is the brothel. The brothel automatically saves. We should totally make up a chart for that.
Yeah.
Just for fun later on. And like a 6 is like the powder store. There's like a magazine in the town somewhere. A big mushroom cloud appears over the city. Oh my God! All right, guys. So that again, after 12 turns, we're going to go ahead and call it. Who fired on my harbor? Tough Ears. I got Tough Ears' attention. Yeah, HMS Jaguar just fired. Oh wait, Rasmus did it. Sitrep Podcast blames Rasmus.
Yeah, everybody always blames me for everything. I'm used to it. I'm married.
Yep. So there's the broadside. Kaboom. He actually did have you in arc and range. So yeah, now there's a fire going somewhere in Tuffy Harbor for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what you get for harboring pirates. All right, guys. So that's going to conclude the game. We're going to go ahead and call that as a very, very narrow British victory because they basically traded a sloop for a frigate. So that is a 6-point ship for a 3-point ship. As far as losses, HMS Lance is lost. HMS Lance is lost, and Lady of the Night is lost. So that is what we're looking at there.